Yeah. They talk, we testify. They scroll, we sanctify. They bait for clicks, I build for freedom. They pander to crowds, I speak to the kingdom. This ain't gossip, this gospel. Ain't a brand, it's a mantle. This ain't performance, it's posture. Anointing over algorithm, I'm not like them imposters. I don't do fake deep, I break yokes. I don't chase viral, I chase hope. I ain't got trends, I got truth. I ain't running from culture, I bring the proof. Wide open, we build different. Cut from cloth, they don't even stitch with. Say it raw, say it real, say it righteous. Say the name Yeshua like we not lifeless. Yeah.
Wide open, we don't do safe. We don't bow down, we don't placate. We lay hands and we lay lines. This ain't rap, this redemption in rhyme.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. You are now locked in with Wide Open for the next 3 hours of your life, if you choose to do so. It is 9:01 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is 7:01. Good morning. Good early morning to the West Coast. 7:01 Pacific Standard Time. It is 10:01 Eastern Standard Time. Good morning, America. I'm so grateful that you are here. I hope you all are doing well. And even, as my daddy would say, swell. And good afternoon, good evening, good night, good late night, good morning again to the rest of the world. What's going on? What's popping? I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, man, we getting it in today. There's nothing you can do about it. And I hope you're feeling good. It's literally Friday Junior.
Yay.
Hey. How does it come around so fast?
I don't know.
It just keeps coming around fast. Friday Junior. Just like clockwork. Every 7 days, Friday Junior is here. But it seems like it just goes by. Time flies?
When you have fun.
When you have fun. I agree. When you do have fun, time will fly. And when you're not having fun, time just drags by.
Yeah.
When I tell you drags by, I'm talking, it's painful.
Yeah.
It could be absolutely painful.
Oh, yeah.
So what's up, everybody? Roll call. Where y'all from? Where y'all at? Let's get it cracking, okay?
Where's Wes today?
Yeah, Wes is our Waldo.
he really is.
Wes is the Waldo of the dweller community, right? Where's Wes today, right? That's the question we want to ask. Bartonville. Oh, he's in Bartonville.
Oh, right here.
He's down
right
the street.
Here,
yeah. Get some kolaches.
Amen.
But then you got to eat them because I don't eat them.
Yeah,
How you gonna tell somebody to get something you ain't got? New York, Kansas City, Durham, North Carolina, right outside the county line.
Outside the county line.
Lancaster. That's how it's Lancaster. It's not Lancaster. Lancaster, Birmingham, Alabama, Dallas on the south side, San Diego, Anaheim, Chicago, Lino Lakes, Chesterfield, Baton Rouge, Port St. Lucie, Fairfield, Wright City, Oklahoma, Cedar Park, Texas, Hildesheim, Kuala Lumpur, Trinidad and Tobago, Marana, Van Nuys Heights, Dixon, Stillwater, Seattle, Evans, Pensacola, Chi-Town, currently Georgia, Topeka, Camp, Hobbs, Virginia, Beach, Raleigh, Ocala. Hey, Raleigh, we're going to be at the Raleigh Improv Sunday.
That's
I'm going to be at the Raleigh Improv Sunday. Y'all pulling up or not? And we got to make sure, have we been putting anything on socials about it?
On stories.
Okay, we got stories about it. Great. So let's do a reel today.
Okay.
Just something.
Yeah.
So that everybody will know.
Yes.
But y'all need to come through. If you anywhere near the Raleigh Improv, come through. Stop playing. Stop playing. Come through. Come through. Stop playing. Stop playing. Come through. Come through. Stop playing. Where the rest of y'all at? Irving is at work. Saratoga, Waco, Detroit, Mission Viejo, California. Let's see. Arizona, Denton, Texas. Baking fresh bread in Anderson, South Carolina.
Hey.
That's good. Trimming trees in Colorado Springs. Come on, everybody with a job. Sacramento, Lancaster, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Still Lancaster. Irving, California, Houston, Texas, Los Angeles, Trinidad and Tobago, Warsaw, Poland,
Hey.
Greenville, Bloomington, Vegas, Midlothian, Albany, New Orleans, Toronto, Chicago, Atlanta, not in the woods, Oklahoma, Pompano Beach. Oh, it's Joanne's 50th birthday. Happy birthday to you, sister of K for curls. Happy birthday to you, sister of K for curls. Happy birthday, dear Joanne. Happy birthday to you. Covington, Georgia, right back at it. Akron, Ohio, Madison, South Central, LA, Kenya, Garland, Covington, Birmingham, Augusta, Maine.
Augusta, Maine.
Augusta, Maine.
What up, Maine?
What up, Maine? Augusta, Maine. Temecula, Sandy Springs, Georgia. Midland, Texas. Feliz cumpleaños, Joanny. Joanie. Mason, Ohio. Bakersfield. Not Nancy O. Filling out the Google Doc in Bakersfield.
Hey.
Fill that thing out. Share that thing. Fill that thing. San Antonio.
Feel that thing, share that thing, man.
Shout out that thing, man. Orlando, Perrysburg, Scottsdale, Lusby, Maryland.
Oh.
Y'all be living out here in the land, don't you?
Mhm.
Woodland Park, Colorado, Broward County, Columbus, Mississippi, New Milford, Barbados. Picking up dirty mats in the DMV. Go ahead and be on deck then. Sacramento, California, Yucaipa, Ruston, Louisiana. All right, peeps. We Gucci. Roll call checked in. Y'all should be checked in now.
Everybody checked in.
Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Like, where's all the Discordians? Everybody's asleep.
Discord sleep.
I'm
I
gonna wake
see
them up right now.
I see him saying happy birthday. They putting happy birthday and stuff. You don't see that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, 50 birthday. 50. Yeah, I see it.
Did it look like nobody was there? I don't know.
Yeah. My phone was not uploaded.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't like refresh or whatever.
Shout out to 399. Shout out to 405. That popped up fast. Shout out to 500. What? That was dyslexic. Shout out to 405 people that are currently watching this.
That was cute.
All right, what we talking about today? What we getting into?
Did you go to Muay Thai yesterday?
I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No,
Okay,
I did not. I was supposed to go to Muay Thai yesterday, but I did not.
Muy tarde.
No
Yeah,
pasa nada.
I go tonight.
Nice.
I go tonight, and I'm signing up for private lessons too.
Oh.
Hey.
I need that. You grow faster when you get that one-on-one. So
It was that rib action that motivated you, wasn't it?
No. I wanted it from jump.
The rib action that motivated.
Cause I'm gonna get hit in the ribs again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
if you gonna fight up, if you're gonna sign up for any fighting discipline, you're gonna get pumped. You're gonna get punched in the mouth. Yeah. You will get punched in the mouth.
What you want to hit, man? We got this. We got this.
So this is nostalgic.
Okay,
for the Nintendo people, right? So I had an appointment yesterday in Denton, and I was driving back, and I saw in front of Best Buy, I saw 3 guys with lawn chairs and some drinks just parked in front of the Best Buy during the business hours. I was like, what's happening? The Nintendo Switch 2 launched at midnight, I suppose?
Yes.
Or maybe at 10 o'clock. I don't know.
The pre-orders, but people were able to pick some up, and then
Yeah.
they had pre-orders too.
And this dude, these 3 guys was sitting there waiting for that Nintendo Switch. Now, I never waited for a I've never waited in line for a console. But I used to wait in line to buy Madden.
Oh.
I did. Early 2000s. I used to wait in line at GameStop for the new Madden to drop so I could cop a disc and come home and set my team up. Like, I ran fades on Madden, only with the Raiders. Like, I didn't play with any other team.
That's interesting.
And I was a cold piece. Other players had better teams.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a better coach. I knew how to utilize my personnel.
Yeah.
I knew how to get the right packages on the field that were going to deliver the right results. And, my GM skills and my coaching skills led me to winning seasons every year playing online on Madden. My most fondest memories is when I played the Smack Talker. The people that as soon as you get into the online game, they yapping in the headphones and, oh, dude, you ain't gonna do nothing, blah 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 blah. And they're looking for that. They're looking for that feedback to stoke them on, right? To add the fuel to their fire, right? They need it. Excuse me. So I'm sitting there, and I would put my microphone on mute, and they're just talking. Oh, so you too afraid to talk? Oh, you ain't got no mic? Oh, you so cheap you ain't even got a mic? F you, bro. You ain't gonna even win. That's why I'm gonna stop you from getting the first down. Blah blah blah. So I just matriculate down the field, and I score my first touchdown. I unmute the mic and I just clap into it. And then I mute it again. They be like, hello? Hey, bro, F you, man. You ain't gonna even talk. Blah, 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 blah. And then I intercept them, and then I unmute the mic. Mute the mic again. Oh, man, F you, bro. Don't nobody play. And I can't. So many of these people would rage quit. They would be so pissed. They would just quit the game.
Send the request to quit.
Yeah.
Because you have to accept it for them to bow down, right?
Well, it used to be that way.
Okay.
Then they started doing the disco glitch. So the disco glitch is when they would disconnect their modem. And in that way, it would just disconnect the game. And it took them it took the developers a while to realize that it was given even the people that didn't disconnect. Mm-hmm. Disco was short for disconnect.
Yeah.
It was giving them a loss as well. Oh. So they had to go back in there and fix it. But these guys be rage quitting online, man. Mental health is a real thing.
Oof.
People got bad mental health. All you got to do is go play Call of Duty one time online, and you will see that the mental health of the average citizen is really, really low.
It's pretty crazy.
Really low.
Yeah, I've never got into that game.
Muy bajo. Realmente bajo.
Yeah.
Sí.
I never got into that game, but I've watched people and they take it too serious. They're cussing and they're like murdering people, and they're like, yo, all this rage, like, yo, like it's a video game.
Wild.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Fake PTSD is real, bro.
Wow.
Fake PT.
I've never heard that before.
Eager customers lined up outside electronic stores in Tokyo hours in advance to collect their pre-ordered Nintendo Switch 2 video game consoles. The much anticipated Switch 2, being released around the world Thursday, is an upgrade to its 8-year-old predecessor with new social features meant to draw players into online gaming. Nintendo was counting on Switch 2 to boost sagging sales. In the US, a chaotic pre-order process in April left some fans frustrated after the consoles quickly sold out. Still, some eager fans lined up early Thursday at retailers such as Target in hopes of purchasing a unit. I'm just rolling the dice here. Edgar, who was in a line of about 25 outside of a Target in the Tribeca neighborhood of Manhattan, New York. Many of those waiting for the store to open had ordered online, but a few, hoped for a chance at purchasing any extra inventory the store had. And see, those are the people that make it bad. When they go in there and they buy 7 consoles and then they mark up the price and In Japan, the new consoles were sold through a competitive lottery system that Nintendo said got about 2.2 million applications. Outside the official draw, some retailers offered their own lotteries to pre-order the devices. Wow. Yeah. I don't game like that. I shouldn't say that. Nintendo, I outgrew Nintendo. Nintendo is the console of my youth. PlayStation is the console of my adulthood. Like, there's nothing in me turning 50 this month that is like, yo, I've just got to play Mario Kart. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just got to play Zelda. I got to save the princess again. That's not in me. So I'm but if people like, how many people still play Switch?
My household does, but
yeah,
that's a different vibe. We have a different dynamic of age group of our children.
For sure.
So there's a lot of.
But do you rock with it? Are there games that you like?
There's not games that I like on the Nintendo Switch, but Ali and Arya and Joanna, they love gaming with each other. Like, Ali has a Nintendo Switch Lite. Mm-hmm. My oldest daughter Arya, she has a regular one, and they connect and they play games together. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I'm hope it does well. The fact that Nintendo has been able to like stay relevant in culture after 30 years, 40 years.
It's
40 years.
Early 90s, right?
Yeah.
I wonder when it came out.
Late 80s, early 90s, Nintendo?
Let me look it up.
It was late 80s.
Right?
promise
Because
you.
it had to be like 88, 89.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah.
Siri, when did Nintendo come out with its first console? 83.
Whoa, really?
I didn't know it was that early.
That's crazy.
Really?
83?
Nah, it wasn't popping. It wasn't
crazy.
popping because that was Coleco. That was still Atari, ColecoVision, Intellivision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, maybe at least by 85. Because I know I was playing Mario and Donkey Kong. When I knew I could play that on a box TV, you couldn't tell me nothing. Shout out Charles Everett Ross, working overtime to get us consoles we shouldn't even had in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My daddy's a real one, man. That bro took that post office job and made us feel like we was middle class for real, for real. I loved it.
So we got this. We also got we got that. We got the Bible stories too.
Oh, pull up the Bible stories, yo. These AI Bible stories are
Wild.
Let me see.
are going crazy right now.
Let me.
If y'all haven't seen these AI Bible stories, and like the people, obviously the people in the Bible, they're basically doing like what ifs, like what if they were in like influencers, and if they had cell phones and smartphones back then, it's wild. It's actually wild.
Let's see what we can do right here.
This is so funny.
Bear with me one moment.
And then let's have a real candid conversation about AI.
Good, fam. Your boy David here, about to yeet this little stone at Goliath and see what happens. Okay, so I told y'all to trust the process, but no, y'all wanted to stay in Egypt stacking bricks.
Yo, it's Shadrach. This random dude just showed up. It's getting lit in here.
I got the horses in the back. Horse tack is attached. Hat is matte black. Got the boots that's black to match.
You know I'm a daddy's boy. He's got me in this Technicolor drip. Brother's so jelly right now. They're looking a little sus.
These Philistines thought they could flex on me. Big mistake. I just took some pre-workout and finna bring the house down.
I would like to formally apologize to God, the sailors, and this whale. Sorry, dude.
I am
Jonah.
dead.
Jonah's crazy. dog.
Jonah's wilding out. This is the one that I sent you this morning about Eve. Let's see. There we go. Boom.
Apparently, I've been alive for, 2 hours? God's off somewhere naming constellations. Adam's over there trying to figure out what a platypus is. Meanwhile, I'm starving, and I'm on this new fruit-based cleanse skill, Divine Orders. Okay, so found this fruit. It's 0 calories,
no.
keto, enlightenment included. Honestly, it's kind of a package deal.
This sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Just eat the apple.
For the record, I told her it was vegan.
Yo,
Oh my
let me tell you something.
Yo, dude.
This is like, so is that a older one?
This is the one I wanted to show
okay,
you. I haven't
cool,
showed
cool.
you this one yet.
Okay,
so this is
let
a
me
real
see it.
time. This is a real time.
Yo, it's Jonah. So God literally told me to go to Nineveh, and I said, nope, booked a ship to Tarshish instead. Let's see how that works out. All right, guys, got my ticket to Tarshish. Cheaper than therapy. Just gotta stay under God's radar for a bit.
Okay, not gonna lie, I think the radar picked me up. Wind's crazy, ship's shaking, and I'm starting to think God's not thrilled about this trip.
Okay, guys, quick update. I'm the reason for the storm.
They voted, I lost, and apparently the solution is...
All right, not dead. Just got swallowed by something. Smells like a wet camel in here.
Okay, yeah, I deserve this. I ran, I got swallowed, and now I'm literally sitting in fish guts. God, I know you're watching. I'm listening now.
I just got puked out by a fish the size of a house, and I'm covered in stuff I can't even describe. But
He turned
hey, fresh
Australian.
air. So yeah,
Is
learn
for
my
real?
lesson. Don't run from God. Like, comment, pray, and I'll see you in Nineveh.
Bro was American and then he was Aussie. Just depends on where he was. He was American at home, but he was Aussie on the boat. And then he was American in the whale. Then he was an Aussie when he got thrown up. Okay, so my friend and I had my best friend Corey and I had a pretty robust conversation about AI yesterday. And obviously we're being entertained by some of the stuff that's coming out, and there's gonna be a lot to be entertained by. But y'all better check your career. You're gonna have to check. I am very concerned about the entertainment industry as a whole. I'm concerned about artists. I'm concerned about musicians. I'm concerned about actors, actresses. I'm concerned about directors, producers, because this is just the early stages of AI. This is still the beginning, and
Right.
you see what visually what they're able to express, and this is the beginning.
Yeah.
6 more months, you're not going to be able to tell. You will not be able to tell if somebody actually produced this or the average commercial will no. I predict that the average commercial will no longer need a director, a producer, anybody from the film industry, any actors or any actresses.
Wow.
Look at the Geico commercials. Human actors and actresses, and then a generated Geico.
He's so cute.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Y'all got Huli.
He's so cute.
Just so cute. Okay, but that little Geico with the British voice, half of the commercial is a computer generated image. So, is it going to be a far leap to just make the whole thing? And are we going to care? Are we actually going to care? You're just trying to advertise car insurance. But now, look at how much their budget just changed. That they ain't got to go out and seek advertising and get an actor and an actress and have a whole 2-day film crew. Mayhem from State Farm. Look how much more ridiculous some of the accidents could be if they were just AI. instead of a real guy that you got to get a stunt guy for and then crash a real car and do all that kind of stuff, when in 6 months, it's going to look like the doggone commercial anyway. Like exactly like the commercial. So here's another prediction I make. It's going to become so, because this is the Wild West right now. There are no regulations around it.
Nope.
There is no way to control how it's used. There's no way to control how it's disseminated.
Right.
Obviously, if they could do this with Bible stuff, they can start doing this in a very perverse way. And using real people's faces
Crazy.
to generate images that are very, very perverse. Very, very violent. Very ratchet, anything, right? All right, so that's coming. What happens when the first AI sitcom comes out? And the thing is produced by AR, written by produced by AI, written by AI, directed by AI, cast by AI, and it's doing better than any show that's out right now.
It's a real thing. And AR, what you mentioned, I know that you said AR, but augmented reality, that's what the future is. Like choose your own adventure, you with the meta going into the show. What do you want to watch today? Okay, type in prompts and watch a show that you script. Like that is what they're thinking about. And it may very well happen. I believe that this is the reason why the movie industry
That's exactly right.
were like
The writers are trying to protect themselves. The actors and the actresses are trying to protect themselves. The artists and the musicians are trying to protect themselves, because I told you I could go to Suno now and get a beat and go. I don't need to now. I'll always collab with my producers. Like there's nothing better than that bond and that relationship and that creative process.
Keep in touch.
But there's gonna be some artists out here, some very lazy artists that maybe let's say they have a great voice, but they don't have Taylor Swift's pen. They can go to chat and say, get me some lyrics like this. Then they can go to Suno and go, hey, give me a melody I could put these lyrics in.
Yeah.
And then they can come out with the song. And of course, you would have to have zero integrity to pull this off, right? But unless somebody digs and like really goes to find it, how they gonna know that wasn't you?
My thought is they might have to create like some type of meta data details, because you can see the way a file is produced where it derives from. So, but that could probably easily be in the future like changed and switched up.
Well. Okay, so let's go with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, there's metadata that's on the inside.
Right.
But what if it's rinsed?
That's what I'm saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You take the metadata and you put it in another thing to rinse it, and then from that thing you put it over here, and now it was never.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is gonna be problematic, and I think it's gonna disrupt society, and I'm talking about whole industries in ways that we cannot even fathom. Let me give you an example. Okay. Late 1800s, there was a whole industry for horses. You're talking about a person who is a manufacturer who just makes saddles.
Right.
You're talking about the person that just makes the bits for the horse's mouth, making leather straps, making boots, making spurs, all kind of stuff, right? That's just to put on the horse's back. Then you had a whole blacksmith industry that made the horseshoes.
Ecosystem.
The whole ecosystem. I make horseshoes. I make the nails to put in the horseshoes, blah, 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 blah. Then you had the people that own the stables. Hey, if you ever want to get your horse taken care of and outfitted, now you got stores that's just for the horse, just for the shoes, just, okay, boom, 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 right? The automobile comes out. And within like a decade, let's say 10 to 15 years, that entire industry that I just told you about is gone. It doesn't even exist anymore. Wiped out. It's like it never happened.
Wow.
You see those guys now, and it's like a novelty. Like, hey, they used to do this in the 1800s, and I'm one of the few people that still do it, and we still put horseshoe. It's not a thing anymore. And it was a whole industry. So this is what I'm saying. I really do believe those sectors are going to be disrupted, because now you're gonna have artists that. Here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, I shop at Sprouts. Right. And Sprouts is very, very clear to let you know this is an organic item. Here's a sticker. Your seal of verification. Though that bunch of bananas, not organic. Not saying they're not good, not organic. These bananas, organic, right? These tomates, my Spanish is trying to break through. Esos tomates son no orgánica.
No son orgánicos.
No son orgánicos. Y esos tomates son, gracias, son orgánicos. Okay. Entonces, ahora yo creo artistas y las canciones serán mismo, porque por ejemplo, el artista es orgánico. ¿Orgánico? ¿Qué?
Humano.
¿Por qué? No hay. Simplemente no hay. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Like if you're going to, I think artists are going to have to like prove this was organic.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot more documentation of it. I think there's going to be a lot more artist documentaries to prove like I wrote this song myself. I went to the studio, I produced it. I played the instrument myself.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because how you going to know?
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to have to be a category and rules in place. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think Caleb told me this, like, even today, if you create a song and you get nominated for a Grammy, you have to prove that as a mix engineer, as an auto engineer, that it was produced in your studio. If they see that it wasn't in your studio, they can take that Grammy away from you.
Yeah.
So it's like those rules in place to hold everyone accountable.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah, man. I'm cool with AI, like, for kicks and giggles. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, let's make a little cute song, and not like I'm trying to. Now I'm gonna use it to put on an album that winds up at the top of the Billboard charts, and I'm like, yeah, I did that. And it was like, man, what writing process did you go through? And you're like, huh? Ain't the song dope? Like, why are we talking about how? Where's your notebook at? Where you wrote it? Like what?
It's a lost art.
It's a lost art, man.
It's a lost art.
All right, so let me tell you how many Chat GPT users there are. November 22, there was 1 million. January 23, there was 30 million. November 23, there was 100 million. Ooh. December 24, there was 300 million. February 25, there's 400 million.
There's 1 billion searches a day on ChatGPT. Yeah. So to further your point, it's like, yo, AI is coming.
It's coming.
And we got to figure out a way how we can remain authentic and bring value to what we do and how we do it.
Now, again, y'all know I am a huge proponent for ChatGPT. I am one of these users. I am not anti-AI. I believe if you use AI as a part of your creative process, it's like working with yourself on your best day, right? You're collaborating with yourself. Like, hey, I'm not going to AI and saying, give me something to talk about.
Right.
Hey, AI, write a book for me.
Crazy.
Right.
No. If I collaborate with AI, it's to be like, hey, I have this idea.
Yeah.
Tell me how I should map it out. Tell me how I should use it. Tell me da-da-da-da. I use it for my raw vegan diet. Like, what should I eat today? Now that I'm starting to work out and I'm doing a fasted, so I changed I think I told everybody this, but my fasting window used to be 16-8. 16 hours fasted, 8 hours to eat. It is now 24. So I'm 20 hours fasted every day, 4-hour window to eat. But since I'm doing Muay Thai and my Muay Thai classes are at night, my Muay Thai classes actually fall out of my eating window because my eating window is usually between 3 and 7 and Muay Thai is at 8. So I'm asking chat, whom I refer to as Kimmy, I tell Kimmy, hey, do I have to eat? Like, am I going to be fainting if my last meal is at 6 and then I do a workout at 7? I mean, do a workout at 8 and it's not over till 9 or 9:30. Am I hurting myself? And they're like, no, your last meal should be done at 6. You have 2 hours to digest that. Make sure it's a carb heavy meal. Go do your workout. You're in your fasted state. It's going to be better for your body. Here's what to drink. Make sure you drink something that has electrolytes in it afterwards. Sleep. You're going to wake up in a fasted state. You don't eat again until 3. Your body's going to start breaking down stored fat, and you're going to keep everything in. Okay, great. That's a great use of AI. Like, do that. But I'm not creating a workout program that I'm trying to sell people that came from AI. Right? And then profiting off of something that I just paid $20 a month for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just recently watched a video. Lecrae has taught at Stanford, and he taught with this guy, I forget his name, but they talked about AI, and they were just like emphasizing of like just use AI as a teammate.
That's right.
Don't use them as for them to do everything for you. It's like it's a collaboration.
That's
use
right.
them as a teammate.
That's right.
It's a fire interview.
Yep.
And it helps you like gauge on where you should stand with AI.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing, dude.
It's a whole thing, man.
Someone said using AI to interpret tongues is crazy. That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
Yo, that I don't even know what to say to that.
That's wild.
I don't even know what to say to that. It's hilarious. Okay. What am I?
This is about AI and what Mark Zuckerberg and his company have done recently to partner, because there's so much AI that's going on right now that they don't even have enough grid output to help facilitate all of the things that they want to do with AI in the future.
It's fascinating. Okay, so Meta Platforms has entered into a 20-year agreement with Constellation Energy to purchase nuclear power from the Clinton Clean Energy Center in Illinois starting in June of 2027. This deal aims to support Meta's growing energy needs, particularly for its artificial intelligence infrastructure, while aligning with its sustainability goals. Wow.
This is a social media platform.
The agreement ensures the continued operation of the Clinton plant, which was at risk of closure after its zero emissions credits expire in 2027. It also includes plans for a 30 megawatt output expansion and supports the plant's relicensing efforts. The deal is expected to preserve approximately 1,100 jobs and contribute $13.5 million in annual tax revenue to the local economy. Meta's move reflects a broader trend among tech giants like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, who are increasingly turning to nuclear energy to power energy-intensive AI data centers. In addition to this agreement, Meta has issued a request for proposals seeking up to 4 gigawatts of new nuclear capacity to be operational by the early 2030s, indicating a long-term commitment to integrating nuclear power into its energy portfolio. Damn. Financial analysts have responded positively to the deal, with several raising price targets for nuclear-related stocks, highlighting increased investor confidence in nuclear power amid rising AI driven energy demands. However, some analysts caution about potential market premiums for future contracts and the risk associated with volatile energy prices and reliance on government subsidies. This partnership between Meta and Constellation Energy underscores the strategic importance of nuclear energy in meeting the dual challenges of increasing energy demands from AI technologies and the pursuit of carbon-free power sources. Ciao.
Tim, your thoughts about a social media platform partnering with a nuclear energy company to not only save jobs, but like what?
Maybe World War III is not the nuclear war we thought it would be. It's my first thought. Maybe World War III is a nuclear war, but it's a nuclear war about how information is disseminated and how they will use AI to do it. There is no greater lie to give a person than the lie that they will tell themselves. And if you control how information is disseminated, you can spread a lie faster than you can spread the truth. And guess what everybody's going to say? But AI told me this was right. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Thank God we have Bible and God. Thank God.
Well, thank God we have Bible, God, and community.
Yes.
Because I keep telling my boys, there is coming a day where you will not know what the truth is until you won't know the truth about someone until you are with them in person. You won't be able to believe what's coming out their mouth, because that might not actually be what came out of their mouth. That might be the person in that image, and maybe they were in that place, but AI will get so sophisticated, it could change your mouth and make it look like you're saying stuff that you're not saying. It will match your voice identically.
Yeah.
And then match the words to say it. My friend sent me a something that she had put out for a media company. They used AI technology to put it into perfect Spanish and change her mouth to move as if she was saying the words.
It's crazy.
The scariest thing for her is she doesn't even know Spanish. So she don't know what she was saying in Spanish. She don't even know if what she said in English is what was being said in Spanish.
Yeah.
Somebody could take Hitler's words and AI it and be like, the Jews are the greatest nation on earth, and we must preserve all the Jews. And think about it. In 100 years, somebody could look at Hitler and be like, he was a hero. He tried to save so many Jews. And it was like, nah, bro, that was AI. That's
crazy.
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, they just put Jonah in a well. You think that was thousands of years ago? You think they can't put Hitler in a good light?
Oof. Oof.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. And that reminds me, I recently saw, I think the FBI put it out as awareness, because there's scammers making videos of people's loved ones, like showing that they've been kidnapped with their voices and faces so they can get money. I'm pretty sure it's the FBI or the CIA who just put out that video.
It's coming.
To like, don't fall for it.
That's what I'm saying. This technology is so early on that if you look hard enough, you can be like, that ain't real. In 6 months, I don't think you're going to be able to know. I just don't think you'll be able to know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. It is crazy.
Kind of makes you want to like isolate, like just live in land and not isolate from community. I'm talking about like just.
Maybe we'll just become Amish.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe
we'll put on some overalls and you know what I'm saying, some
Till
denim overalls. I'm not tilling no land, but I'll just do the pod from.
It's an analogy.
Yeah. It's an analogy.
Do your work. Start digging.
Yeah.
Right now.
Oh man.
Unbelievable.
And it's crazy. Some people were talking about the Terminator, iRobot, Jarvis, and I'm like,
it is here.
Yeah.
It is here. Except Jarvis's name is Gemini.
Woo.
Jarvis's name is Siri.
Scurry.
Jarvis's name is Alexa.
Oof.
Woo! My god baby is here. My new goddaughter is here.
Oh, like a baby?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I'm so happy.
Oh, dang. Kirby Max said guys are using GPT on dating apps. They're so interesting and conversational online, but they are boring and clueless in person. GPT tells them what to say based off of what's on your profile. Yikes.
That's crazy.
Yikes.
They're using chat in what now?
Engaging people like text messaging, and when they're communicating with people that they are trying to gain interest
on
from.
dating apps.
So what's happening is when they're meeting them in person, they're like, you ain't that dude that was texting me all these thoughtful things. You can't even communicate or articulate your mind, your thoughts.
That's
Yikes.
terrible, fam.
Yikes.
Like when you're saying something to somebody AI assisted that you can't remember to say in real life, you're lazy as hell. I'm sorry. That's terrible. I could see if you were like, how do I say this better?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But when you just making up stuff and then you don't remember to say it when you with the person,
Weird.
that's trashola, fam. Man, I know some people that don't have no spit game, but that's crazy, man. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Nah, fam, I don't need it for no words. I got words. I might not have legal sense. You know what I mean? I might use Kimmy to give me some legal advice. And then I'm gonna talk to my lawyer afterwards.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not taking like,
Right.
well, chat said. You know, I'm representing myself in this case because ChatGPT told me I'd win.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh. That
What?
would be
Crazy.
wild. That would be wild.
It's so dumb. Yeah, like you got man, please, man. That's crazy.
Oof.
So I think I've shared this before, but since we're talking about it, let me drill into it, okay? All of our social media comes to the surface mid-thousands, okay? By mid-teens of this millennia, by mid-teens, half of the divorce decrees have the word Facebook in it.
Mm-hmm.
Or some other social media outlet. All right. So what is our 20s? Our 20s is the advent of AI. So here's my prediction for the mid-30s.
Wow.
Half the divorce decrees will have the word AI in it. Because I'm going to tell you what's about to happen. Guys and girls. They're going to start generating their own AI
Explicit
content and characters.
Oof.
Like, this is the person I want to see, and this is the body I want them to have, and this is the look I want them to give off, and this is the personality I want them to express. And then they're going to fall in love with their little AI character.
Wow.
And they're going to be in a full-on emotional affair with their little AI character.
Yeah. I mean, there's a Chinese man who married his robot wife. So, his AI robot wife. So, yeah.
How you get whipped on an AI robot?
Crazy.
Because he probably created her to, like, his
But he's so
preference and
sprung on her, he married her? He married his own algorithm?
shallowness, man. Like,
Shallowness.
Yeah.
That's dysfunction.
yeah. Yep.
You see how,
Yep.
but here's what I'm saying. When you don't have peace of mind, you will take a piece of peace.
Wow.
Yeah.
You will do whatever you can. I'm telling you, I predict mid-30s, the divorce decrees are going to have the word AI in it.
I believe it.
I caught him having an emotional affair. When I told him to give it up, he said no. I caught her having an emotional affair. I saw these images that were created, explicit images of whatever. Then they had they made movies, or it's going to be everything. The little clips that we just saw, it's going to be like that. And it's going to be like, I told him, if you want our marriage to work, you just got to get rid of it. But he keeps going back to it.
Oof.
Wow.
Since that's your prediction, I'm like, have those conversations now with your spouse. Make sure you don't do that,
Build those
please.
boundaries. Set those
For
boundaries.
real, like, ooh, good lord,
Can you imagine?
no. Oh my gosh. Oof, I don't want to.
There's a dark side to AI that's gonna be tearing people up. There's a dark side to everything. So I'm not saying like stay off AI. I'm using it. And the same thing with as it was with social media, right? Social media, you get to connect with your friends. Oh, you could also find the first girl you kissed in 7th grade. And you're both 52. Now you're like, hey, remember that kiss we had? Do you still like me? It's so stupid.
And
But
social media, like,
it's
sorry.
raining.
It is.
What it is.
Yeah, it's just a little rain.
Yo,
You're like, what is
I'm
that
like,
noise?
the producer in me is like, what's going on? What is that noise?
Yeah.
Tim's like, oh, dude, it's
You've got dad ears.
No pasa nada.
no pasa nada. Just trying to do the best I
Es
possibly can.
simplemente lluvia.
Juvia.
Lluvia.
Uh-huh.
Lluvia. Vale,
Yeah.
sí, sí.
Would you say that social media is also giving people platforms to not me just losing my train of thought?
Social.
Oh. Just right in the middle of it. Choo choo.
Because you said
Bye, Thomas. We love you, Thomas.
That's Thomas.
In your defense, I changed the subject because I was trying to figure out what the sound was.
No, you're good. You're good. Because you said social media, it was like you find your old school.
Yeah.
crush and stuff like that.
Yeah, you found your first
Yeah.
little crush from 7th grade,
Yeah.
and now you think you're trying to relive history
Yep.
that's gotten by you, and you're like eerily scrolling through. Cringily is the word I would use.
Cringily.
Yeah, I made it up.
No, it's
But
it's
you-
real though.
Yeah, you cringily start you find the old person, and then you go through every single one of their photos.
Weird. Lily's face.
Yikes.
That's
what
crazy.
I love and hate it.
You
I
love and hate
I
it.
love and hate social media. I love it. I think it's great for businesses. I think it's great for podcasters. I think it's great. It's a tool to promote businesses. And mental health and it's very informative. I've learned a lot about pregnancy through. I mean, I'm reading books about it, and also social media has helped me learn a lot of things. But it is also so dark and has made people fall into arrogance. Like there's so much. It's not just perversion. It's just some people think very high of themselves. It gives them a platform. And it's also funny. Like I've seen people like they had a dream to join like the Food Network channel.
Yeah.
And they get denied, so they use their Instagram to finally like fulfill that dream. And stuff like that. And it's like, was that really for? Anyways,
I'm
that's
with
why I'm
you.
like, God
I'm
has
with you.
like. That's why I'm like, you have to have God in your life
do.
to direct your steps, because
Anybody can take their phone right now and upload content
yep,
about anything that they want. Anything, right? And some people get out here and fake it. Some people get out here and make it. Some people get out here and take it. Some people get out here naked.
yeah.
We know good and well everybody ain't supposed to be out here. However, everybody has the opportunity to be out here now. Everybody has the opportunity to be seen. Everybody does. And for better or for worse, this is the world we live in, which is why you have to take it upon yourself to curate what you're going to see.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they're not going to stop putting out what they're putting out.
Right.
So you have to curate what you want to see. I'm telling you, if you get used to that hide button and that not interested button, ooh, your life will get so much easier.
A lot of people don't know about curating their algorithm and what's going on, like not interested, don't show me this anymore. And it's a really helpful tool.
It's very easy too.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Oh, so incredibly easy. So, yeah.
Can I make a request for
Make
the
your
last
request.
5 minutes that we have
Make
left?
your request for the last 5 minutes.
Would you guys be opposed to doing a try not to laugh challenge?
Let's go.
Yay! I don't know if you guys remember.
How do you propose that we do it?
So, I mean, put the video on the for everyone to see and for Tim to see, and then like also track his, see if he laughs or not.
Okay.
Like, try not to laugh challenge.
What's
So-
It's,
so-
just a
so
it's
did you
basically a reaction video.
Huh? It's a reaction.
Basically a reaction
Okay.
video.
So there's a bunch of funny stuff on there, and I'm supposed to.
So yeah, so it's a Coke commercial,
Okay.
and it came out early in the early 2000s, and it like resurfaced as a try not to laugh challenge, and like it's just a message of how joy is contagious, and I'm just really curious to see how you react.
Okay. So we got the video.
Yeah, she texted it to me. Let me
Okay.
grab it.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's such a great way to end before we take calls.
Try not to laugh. Let's
Yeah.
get it.
All right.
Let's
Give me one
get it.
second. I didn't realize
Everyone's
that.
like, you're gonna lose, Julie. Absolutely.
Yes, of course. We know who Julie is.
Hooli. Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so stinking proud of you. That's how I want you to be for the rest of your life. With everybody. Whoa! Whoa. As soon as
What'd you
somebody
just call
says,
me?
yeah, exactly. That's how I need you to be. Whoa. What the hell?
We need to try this again. Try
Yeah,
this again.
try this again.
Hooli.
Who? Say it with me. Who? Lee. There you go. Not brew. Lee. Who? Lee. All right, so this is the commercial.
Are you ready, Tim?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
Makes me want to cry too.
It's a great commercial.
Right?
Yeah,
You
it's a
didn't
great
laugh.
commercial. No, I didn't laugh, but we had this happen.
Hey.
We had this exact thing happen on a
Herzlich willkommen. It's Sommer
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
We got a couple.
Shout
out, Hector.
we had the we had the exact thing happen to us on a plane once.
No way.
Yeah.
Aw.
We were on a plane. Me and one of the stewards started laughing about something. I said something. We started laughing, but then their laugh turned into that guy.
Oh.
And before you knew it, the entire first class cabin
No way.
was in tears. And they had zero context
Oh, I so love that.
to
I
what
so love
to what
that.
was said. And then beyond first class, everybody like the next two rows were like, what the hell's going on up there? So yeah.
You gotta buy a
Laughing
first
is
class to
laughing
find
is
out.
contagious.
It is.
Yeah.
Joy is contagious.
And you
so-
can see even the people that didn't laugh, they started smiling.
Yep.
Yeah. You cracked
Oh,
a
so
smile.
cute.
I got a
He
picture
I
of you
did, I
being
smiled.
I got a picture of you being super serious, which was more funny for me.
No,
than the
no, no.
video.
It brings joy. Like that is like
Yeah, we need more joy in life.
We need
we
more
do.
joy.
There's so
We
much
do
heaviness
because
in this world.
everything is Everything just ain't bad.
Yeah, that
It's
part.
just not.
That
Right?
part.
If you look for bad, you'll find it.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Juliana.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm like, we needed some joy today.
Hey.
Also, it's 10.
Oh. You hear this music. Just get into it. Wide open. All around the world, we're live. And wide open. Right now, we're wide open. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It is 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You are now locked in with Wide Open. We are open for the next 2 hours to take any calls that you may have for whatever reason. You don't even have to have a reason to be calling. You could just be calling to say hi. We don't even care. There's no questions off limits. Questions, comments, concerns, critiques, criticism, compliments, cabbage, corn, cauliflower, kale, whatever you want to talk about, it's on. I want to make sure that this is a space where you feel fully seen, fully heard, fully known, fully loved. Even if you're not fully agreed with, I don't guarantee to have all the answers. I do guarantee to hold space, give you containment, help in any way that I can. Who is our first caller?
All right, Tim, we got Dre. Dre, can you hear us? We are now live with Tim Ross on Wide Open. It's like his video's trying to connect. There we go.
Hey, Dre, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, man. What's going on?
I'm doing good. Wow, this is amazing.
It's good to see your face, bro.
Good to see you too, man. Thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate you, man.
No, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you calling in. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been nervous. I don't know. I knew I was gonna be on the call yesterday, and I was like, all right. I was cool about it, and then all morning my stomach been hurting. It's like, dang, why am I nervous? I guess that happens to everybody, right?
You know what? There's a lot of people that say that. I understand. I can identify with it, and that just means you're human. Absolutely.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me clear? Can y'all? I'm in the car. Y'all can hear me clear?
I can hear you. I can hear you clearly. Yeah, I can. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got my little microphone attached. So.
Oh, you doing well. You doing well. Absolutely.
All right. All right. So I got the relational nutrients.
Yes, sir.
And it's the first time me looking at it, so I just wrote down a whole bunch of them. I guess I'm supposed to be picking the ones that I need help with.
Just the ones that you want.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Not the ones you need help with. It's like, hey, I want this. Like, I want to have a conversation with you about whatever, and I would like this, and this.
Okay.
Yep.
Only three, or how many?
Get as many as you want.
Okay. Yeah, I did write a little note. So
Okay.
I know that helps. So
Yes, sir.
Watching for a while. So, all right. So I wrote acceptance, validation, encouragement, forgiveness for my me being forgiven, insight, feedback, structure, a challenge, and advice.
Got it.
And so I have some context that I want to give to you. Do you want my questions first or the context? Or what?
Give me the question and then give me the context.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the first question is, how do I stop leaning to my own understanding? And then the second question is, how can I save my marriage?
Okay.
I'm married.
Okay.
Having marital problems. And the third question is, how can I find my true purpose in life and walk in it boldly?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm 42 years old. I was adopted when I was 6 months old.
Okay.
Had a great life. I never met my birth family at all. I don't know my birth mother and my birth father. Never met them. But I'm okay with that. I would like to meet them one day, but I had a great life, raised in the church. Some of my best friends, I grew up with them in the church. We're still friends to this day. So I had a great life.
Okay.
Not bitter about it at all.
Okay.
All right. I'm married 3 times.
Okay.
First marriage, I was married at 22. She was 19. We have 3 children together. And when I met her, she was into women.
Okay.
So the whole relationship, she was into women, and even had a girlfriend. She would go to the girlfriend's house and all of that during the pan. So, and we were married for 14 years.
Okay.
So what broke it for me was when the pandemic happened. You know, they put us on lockdown, said we can't leave the house. She brought the young lady to the house, never asked me, brought her to the house, and she was basically living with us. And that was just it for me. You know, it was too much. I couldn't deal with it.
Yes, sir.
It was already hard enough knowing that she had the girlfriend, you know, during the marriage. And it wasn't something where we were all being together or anything like that. It was like this whole separate life, you know?
Yep.
And it was hard. You know, very hard. I'm a very affectionate person, and I don't like to share.
Amen.
Yeah. So she told me that from jump. She told me that from the beginning, and you know, let me know that from the very beginning that hey, this is my lifestyle. Her parents are pastors, so when I came along and asked to marry her, they were elated.
Of course.
You know, paid for the wedding. They thought that was going to change her. They already knew her lifestyle, but everything stayed the same. I feel like we stayed married that long because of our children.
Got you.
So after the pandemic, we split up and we went our separate ways.
Okay.
I moved to Memphis and met someone, a young lady, and I dated her for 2 years, and she wanted to get married. She's a female, a woman preacher.
Okay.
She was an evangelist at the time, and she was trying to start a church.
Mm-hmm.
And we were dating, and she wanted to be together and get married. She felt like if she has a husband, she'll be taken more serious as a female preacher.
Mm.
So I agreed. I didn't really want to get married again, but you know, I loved her and I agreed. That relationship from the very beginning was never should have happened. There were red flags from the very beginning.
Yep.
So I have a background in media, the same thing that Derek and Hector are doing. I've been doing that since 1997.
Okay.
So that's my background, and because of her wanting to be the female preacher and everything like that, I was helping her with her media online. It was during the pandemic, so I was being very useful to her in that sense. But we had a very abusive relationship. And this is something that I hope that you can touch on. I'm not sure if you touched on this in maybe an episode of The Basement or something, that you can touch on men that are abused by women. I know we talk about women that are abused, but men are abused also.
Correct. Absolutely, they are.
So I'm 6'2". I'm 6'2", a big guy.
Yep.
But some women they have their way,
Yeah.
And I was there with her by myself, and I didn't have any family, and she kind of used that against me. And it was just a horrible relationship, very physically abusive, mentally abusive, verbally abusive, and I took a lot. I'm a very soft-spoken person. I'm not a hardcore guy. I'm very laid back, chill, and that kind of worked against me being in that relationship.
Okay.
So a lot of bad arguments. We were married. We were together for 2 years. Got married for 1 year, and she told me we were having an argument, and she said I was working at night, and she told me, "Hey," well, she said it in an angry way, but basically, I've been sleeping around while you're at work. That's what made me leave.
Understood.
So that was last year, March, that I left. And
Okay.
we split up and got divorced.
Got you.
Okay. So after that, I got my own apartment, was by myself for a little while. I met a young lady. We started dating. I moved in with her, and we were good. We dated for 6 months. She wanted to get married. I felt like she wasn't really affectionate, that she wasn't affectionate enough for me. And I felt like if I married her, which I was considering it, but I felt like, okay, maybe not. So I met somebody else while I was dating her, and I'm currently married to that young lady right now.
Okay.
So, one of my issues is, and I've talked to people about this, trying to get counseling about me um, having a fear of being alone. And I've been told that there's like a fear of rejection because of my adoption and that kind of stuff. Not knowing where I really come from. I really don't know what it really is, but that's what I've been told. I don't know what it is. Maybe you may have a better synopsis of it, but that's something that I'm dealing with, not wanting to be alone. I don't like to be alone. A lot of my friends have advised me that I vent to. They say, hey man, Dre, you need to be alone. You need to be alone. You need to be alone. You don't need to keep on being with people right now. Take time out for yourself. I can understand that. And I tried it, but I don't like to be alone. So all right. So currently in my marriage right now, we've been married 6 months and she wants to get a divorce. Now, I'm gonna admit my faults. I'm gonna admit my faults. So I have an issue with not sticking to my word. I know I was listening to an episode. I'm kind of behind right now on the episodes of Wide Open, but I was listening to an episode yesterday, and one of the young ladies was saying that her husband was not keeping his word and that kind of stuff, and I could resonate with that. And I was like, yeah, that's me. Not keeping my word and having good intentions. I have all the all the intentions in the world, but I've come to realize having all the good intentions without executing is kind of pointless. You know, it doesn't help.
Correct.
But I have so many great intentions to do things, and I'll always tell my wife, hey, I'm gonna do this. These are things she don't even ask me to do. These are things that I'll say I'm gonna do, and then I don't follow through, and then it makes me look like I'm just talking just to hear myself talk.
Right.
So that happens a lot. She doesn't feel like we're aligned. She doesn't feel like we're equally yoked. I'm very in my head a lot. I think I overthink a lot. So there may be times when she's upset about something, or she may be, she likes to wake up and be very quiet, start meditating and that kind of stuff. And I can just wake up and just start having a full blown conversation. And if something is wrong with her, I may say, are you okay? What's wrong? She doesn't like when I ask her those kind of questions. And then I just feel like she's mad at me. So this stuff has just been going on and on and on. And she has issues with her. She did tell me that her dad was her dad's not in her life, and he would tell her a lot that he's gonna do this, do that, and not do it. So when I do it, it kind of triggers her. So that's kind of where we're at, and yeah, just she's not feeling like we're aligned. To be married, even though I feel like God brought us together. The way that we met at the doctor's office. I was having foot pains. I working in warehouses and having these foot pains, and we met at the doctor's office. She was there with her mother reading a book and talking about relationships, and I just overheard her reading the book, and then I said amen, and then introduced myself and told her that I do podcasting and wanted to invite her to come on my podcast to have a conversation about relationships. And that's how we met. And I know that was God, because as soon as we got together, the foot pain went away. So, I do believe that God has brought us together, and there's been a lot that has changed in my life since I've been with her. I've lost a lot of weight. I was 246 pounds, 246 when I met her. Now I'm down to 197.
Wow.
Based on the health decisions that she's helped me with
in
the 6 months that we've been married, and I've really learned to see myself. They say when you're with the right person, it's like you can see a mirror in that marriage. And in my other marriages, there was no mirror. But in this one, I can see myself for really who I am, and I'm getting better. But there's things that I still need to work on. So yeah, I just really want to know how to walk in my purpose in life. It's like I don't know who I am. In my last marriage, I just I put everything down. I was doing podcasting. I started a podcast when George Floyd got killed, was murdered. I started a podcast called Black News Undisputed, and we were talking about political issues. I know you guys were we were talking about those type of things, talking about the injustice that's happening to the Black and brown community. And I started it that way. And then we went off into Christian topics and family topics and all these type of things. And it was a purpose. And I was doing it 7 days a week, and it was good. And then as soon as I moved and got married to my second wife, I just stopped and only was focused on her stuff. And now my wife, now I'm still not doing my own thing. I'm focused on the things that she wants to do. And it's like, I feel like I'm losing myself. Like, I don't know even who I am right now, which
Yeah.
I felt like I had a better understanding of who I was before I married my second wife. In my first marriage, like I said, my first wife, she had a girlfriend the whole time. So I would focus on the kids, and we didn't have a bad relationship, but it wasn't where I was able to focus on myself and focus on the things that I wanted to do as far as media and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So I'm just at the point now where I'm trying to reclaim myself, reclaim the purpose that God has for me. And I just need guidance in that.
Got it. Man, Dre, I love you. I appreciate the context. I appreciate the self-awareness as well. And the full disclosure on the relational history. I think it's very, very important to have a clear picture. So, obviously, your friends would have the relational equity and maybe the proximity to the last several years of your life to give you the type of advice they gave you.
Yeah.
But in me hearing your story, the only thing I kept sensing, and it just my attunement to you, it made me sensitive to the fact that Dre wants a family. Dre just wants a family.
Yeah, can I interject for a second?
Of course you can.
So me and my first wife, we have 3 children.
Yes, sir.
When I left, I left the home
Mm-hmm.
because the girlfriend was there, and I moved. I'm born and raised in New York, born from New York. Born in Brooklyn, raised in Queens, Jamaica, Queens. I currently live in Mississippi right now, basically Mississippi. That's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
But yeah, I have my kids, and my kids are not happy with me because they don't know why I left. Their mother has not disclosed why I left. And she's had the mindset that whoever she sleep with, that's not anybody's business. So, and I didn't feel like it was for me to say, hey, this is why I left, because your mommy did this, and this, and we weren't having, just to put her personal affairs out there to the children. I didn't feel I should do that.
Yep.
Especially they were so young at the time,
Yep.
They're older now, they're teenagers now. 14, 15, and 16, 2 girls and a boy, Enoch, Hannah, and Rachel.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're older now. So now when they talk to me in anger, a lot of anger, and they want me back. They do want me back home.
Yep.
That's not an option.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you're right. I do want a family. I do want to, I believe in marriage.
Yes, sir.
The first marriage was 14 years. So
Yeah.
I know I can do longevity when it comes to marriage. It's just, if it's not right,
For sure. Absolutely.
especially when it comes to infidelity, I've watched, been trying to do research on it. Does God honor when you marry a second time? And, from what I've gathered, if you divorce because of infidelity, then God will honor the new marriage, and both marriages with infidelity. So,
Right.
I'm not just out here just marrying whoever just to
Right,
be,
right. Absolutely. No, you're a family man at your core. And it's a deep desire in your heart to have a nuclear family. You had an adoptive family that showed you love, that raised you, that didn't make you feel different. And once you became an adult, you wanted that for yourself. You wanted to establish that for yourself. If your first wife didn't make the decisions that she has made, you still be with her, and we probably wouldn't be on this phone call right now, right? Because you'd be a happily married man to the wife of your youth. And that hasn't been the case. That you got married very, very young, 14 years. And then when you had to leave that relationship in the last, correct me if I'm wrong on the math, in the last 3 years, there's been 3 different relationships, with this last one ending in marriage.
Yeah.
Correct? Well, 2 other marriages, including your current one, but then one where it just didn't work out and you moved on from her.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the concern that I have is your heart. Has it been fully healed from the wife of your youth, from the first woman that you were married to? I would say no. It's hard to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. It would be hard for me to believe that your heart could be healed in 24 months and then be married again.
Right.
And then in that marriage, be abused physically. And you are absolutely right. Men do get abused physically. Now, the reason why most people think it's only women and never men is because, well, this woman, don't tell me no woman is beating on you. No. What you have to understand is that when a man is being abused, it's usually because he refuses to knock his wife out. So don't think of it as, don't tell me this little 5'4" girl is over there beating on you. You can handle yourself. No. The reason why I'm being abused is because I have a boundary not to hit a woman. And so I take this abuse and I don't give her back. Pressed down, shaken together, runneth over. You know what I'm saying? It's the grace of God that I don't roll her up. You know what I mean? It's not that she's beating me and I'm defenseless and powerless. No, it is that she is taking advantage of my boundary and my respect not to give back to her what she gave me.
Yeah.
So I just want to orient that, because I got dozens of stories of men that have endured the abuse at the hands of their wives because that woman took her husband's meekness as weakness.
Yeah.
So I just want to put that into the ethos.
Yeah, and I have been into jail. Been to jail once because of her telling the cops that I hit her. And that she would always threaten me with that. She would, get upset and go off and hit me and want me to retaliate. And then she would say, I want you to hit me so I can call the cops.
Yeah.
So it was like she's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, it's that
And
manipulation.
I'm a big, tall black man, and she's a little thing, and they're gonna just look and say, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So it was just a constant thing. And but if it's kind of hard for me to say, but even if she didn't say that she had cheated, which she after the fact she said that she was just lying, that she was only saying it to get me mad. But once she said it, I was like, I had to go.
Yeah, for sure.
If she didn't say that, I might still be with her to this day.
Wow. Yeah.
And I can admit that.
Yep.
Even from the advice of my friends and family members that I vented to so many times. I have a friend that came from New York, took a road trip. This is before I even married her.
Mm-hmm.
So this abuse and stuff was happening before I married her.
Right.
And I still married her after the fact.
Yep.
They came and took a road trip, drove to New York, and came to Memphis and picked me up. I stayed in New York for like 2 weeks and then went right back.
Yeah.
So,
yep. So what the 2 marriages have informed me of, Dre, is that, okay, so I want to validate and acknowledge the desire to have a family, right? To be married and have a family. I also want to point out that that desire that turned in that desire became desperation. And the reason why I would say desperation is because you chose to stay in abusive relationships just for the sake of having a family. You wanted a family so much that you allowed your spouse to have an extramarital affair. And it was only when that person was brought into the house that you were like, okay, I can't take it anymore. Right? Right? Like, as long as she was going out, you were like, cool, as long as you come back and we'll be a family here. And then with the second marriage, it was the same thing. Like, you're abusive to me. You don't treat me well, but I'll make it work with you anyway because I just want a family. And then once she says, well, I cheated on you, then it's like, okay, I got to go. So I think and then with this situation, right, after 6 months, your current wife wants a divorce. Here is what I want to say. I want you to be healed from the inside out. I want those wounds and that trauma to be addressed, but not for the sake of your marriage.
Right.
I need that to happen on the inside of you, young man, for the sake of yourself.
Yeah.
Whether she stays with you or not.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if that wound gets healed and she stays, bless God. If that wound gets healed and she leaves, God, I know that this healing was more important than me being desperate to save a marriage. Because if she leaves and you're healed, you won't be remarried in a year. Right? You won't be in this frantic, right? You know what I'm saying? You won't be like, I met this girl at Sprouts and man, she had the same bacon in her cart as I had in my cart. This gotta be God. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just want to encourage you, like, you've done some good work in just being self-aware and even brave enough to make the call and to be vulnerable. You asked for a challenge, so I want to make sure the challenge is there. In this season, and it could be that this marriage provoked and got you to the point to bring this to the surface. But in this season, you are doing work on you.
Right.
You are getting to the root of, why did I allow myself to be mistreated in this first marriage and this second marriage? Like, that's a question that needs to be answered. What didn't I value? What didn't Dre value about himself that he gave himself permission to be mistreated by these women?
Yeah.
That is, you have value. You are made in God's image, and you did not deserve. If I was your pastor and y'all came to me for marriage counseling, and I'm going back to the first wife, and y'all came to me to marriage counseling, and listen, when I tell you I've heard it all, I've been doing this for 29 years. I've heard it all. Okay. Whatever I haven't heard yet, it hasn't been invented yet. You know. But when it does, it'll probably come across my ears or my eyes at some point. But I've had scenarios. I had a couple that was attending a church I served at, and she brought women home, and she wanted to be with the woman while her husband was with her. But if her husband looked at the other woman, then she got mad. And I'm like, do you hear yourself? Wait a minute. You think she's attractive, but he can't think she's attractive? Do you what level of delusion are we living in, right? But that had to end, or I wasn't going to do counseling with them anymore. And my strongest advice to that man was, you need to prepare to leave if this is the way your wife is going to devalue this marriage and devalue you. So there is a there is a lie that you picked up somewhere that needs to be exposed around your worth and your value and your love and your expression and just the way you're wired, where I'll let you use me as a doormat as long as you show me some love. And I don't know what that lie is, but we got to get to the root of that. Because you were made to be in relationship with God and others, but not at the expense of yourself.
Yeah. So another thing, now that you say that, in relationship with God, my current wife she's amazing. She's I call her my gift from God. You know, I feel like she helped save my life. I've felt like at times, not while I'm with her, but in the transition of my second marriage, leaving that marriage, I felt like would if I was to pass, if I was to die, would anybody even care? Would life just be better without me? You know, I've had those feelings. I do want to say that in March of last year, I was consuming your content like crazy, and watching The Basement really helped me. It was like therapy for me.
I'm
So
grateful.
I do want to thank you for for what you're doing, for you answering the call that God has for you on your life.
Yes, sir.
Because literally The Basement kept me. I had my own apartment by myself. That was the first time that I've been by myself since I was 20, maybe 21. So it was different, and being able to consume The Basement and all of your content really was helpful to me. You know, I said I was gonna say this to you. You know, you have something about you, and that is so special, because the episode of Wide Open when you were playing Ghost of Tsushima, when you were playing that game, I was only listening to it on audio because I was at work.
Yeah.
I was listening to it live, but on audio only on spot. I was listening to it on Spotify, and
Okay.
it wasn't even live. I was doing the recording.
Yep.
And if that was anybody else that started playing a video game and talking through a video game, I would have cut it off. But because it was you, it was like it didn't bother me at all. You know, it's like I feel like, and I'm sure everybody that's watching, all of the dwellers, can feel like you are like a family member. You know, so
Yeah.
I'm just thankful. You know, even to be on this call with you, it's like you're like family. You know, I don't know to call you uncle, brother, cousin, whatever, but you know, I just feel like I know you, and that was just funny to me that I'm listening to you play a video game. I'm not in the video games like that.
Yeah.
But it didn't annoy me at all. I sat through the whole thing. It didn't bother me at all. So that's something little like that is so special that, you know.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate that, man. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful that God trusted me with this platform to be able to extend our family. You know, and to be able to talk to each other like family. You know what I mean? It's not lost on me that I got people that call in that I have zero relational equity with, and then they allow me to speak into their lives, and then invite me. Hey, I need a challenge. You know, I may need some perspective. I may need some insight. I may need some strategy. I don't take that for granted, man. And so I am honored by the trust that you have put in me, and you know, my commitment is just to steward it well. Is to not to betray your trust, not to ever give you any advice that comes from you know, just some secular thinking or my flesh, but like I'm really, with every caller, trying to just be led by the Holy Spirit and listen out for his wisdom practically, not in no deep spiritual way or even in a superficial way. Just I want to practically give wisdom that people can actually use in their everyday life. That's what I feel like my assignment is. So I appreciate you and I love you for
Love you too. Thank
yeah,
you
for
so
the
much.
encouragement.
Yeah, and basically, it's like I know you were the pastor. You know, we're pastoring your own church and everything. But what you're doing now is, I feel like, it's so much more important.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that wasn't important, but I just feel like you can reach so many more people doing this how you're doing it. This is ministry, what you're doing.
For
So
sure.
it's like this is,
Absolutely.
and obviously people gonna hate and say that, even when you say certain things, or if you cussing,
Yeah.
that, to me, people, there's preachers that cuss at the dinner table probably every night.
They do.
So what?
Absolutely.
So if you cuss on the podcast, that shouldn't even be a big deal. I'm sorry that you even stopped doing it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's just what you're doing is so amazing, and you're reaching way more people than than a lot of churches are. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy that you're doing what you're doing, and I hope that God will just continue to give you the desires of your heart.
Thank you.
Even give you back the B side app, give it back to you, let you be in full control. It's yours. You made it, so I think you should have it. You know.
I think we
That's
all
not
I think
fair.
we all agree. I think we would all agree with that.
That's not fair.
Right, right, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I wanna make sure you have some practical takeaways, okay?
Okay.
Here's what I want you to do.
I'm taking notes.
Okay, great. I want you to go home and tell your wife a couple of things, okay? Tell them you talked to your uncle, cousin, brother, friend, right? Yeah, I talked to Tim earlier, and
Okay.
he made me aware of some things.
Okay.
Number one, I have a deep desire to have a family. I have a deep desire to have a family.
Okay.
Number two, in my past marriages, I allowed myself to be mistreated in order to be a part of a family.
Okay.
Number three, I'm terrified to be alone.
Okay.
Number four, I don't want a divorce from you, but I do want a divorce from this version of our marriage.
Okay.
Number five, I have a lot of stuff to work on in me. And I'm going to do that work. We're going to put all of this that I'm about to say in number five, okay?
Okay. And then I have a question regarding that when you're done.
Okay, so I have a lot of work to do on me. I'm committed to do that work. I know I have told you things that I said I was going to do and I didn't do them. But you're going to watch me do this.
Okay.
I'm going to get this right. Okay, what do you got to say about that one?
Yeah, I was gonna say that, what you just said.
Oh,
She's sick and tired of hearing me
that's right.
say, like, she's really sick and tired of me just saying what I'm gonna do. So it's basically every time we have a conversation, and then I say, "Well, I understand what you're saying," and I say these words. I know what I have to do, and she just looks at me, and she just gives me that look, like, okay.
Yep. So acknowledge,
Yeah. So it's like,
yeah. And number 5, even go as far as to acknowledge, hey, I know that what I'm about to say, you about to give me that side eye because I've told you 1,000 things in the past that I was going to do and I didn't follow up. The only way I can prove to you that I'm about to do this is that you're just going to see me doing it.
yeah,
And I'm not getting better for this marriage. I'm getting better for me. And if I get better for me, then I will show up to this marriage better.
yeah,
When crises pop off, once a spouse knows that they have been contributing negatively to the relationship, I always tell them, just start working on you. Bump marriage counseling. If you just go work on you, you will show up better to the marriage.
yeah.
But those are the 5 things right now that I think, go home and tell her that.
I will.
Yeah, go home and tell her. Just tell her, baby, I just put myself on blast to a whole bunch of people because I want to be right. I can't control what you about to do. I might do all this work and you might still leave me. And I'll have to deal with that. But my desire is to be a better man. And this marriage has pushed me to that point. So I'm going to go do my work. And you're going to see me doing my work. And if I do that work, I'm going to come back to this. Every time I come back to this marriage, it's going to be better. You're going to be seeing differences in me. I'm not going to change overnight. And I'm not going to be the same person I was last night.
Yeah.
Every day is going to be a thing. But, man, you have a heart of gold. The moment you got on the phone, I was like, oh, he from New York. He from around there, wherever Mike Tyson was. Whatever little area, Catskill, all in that area. I'm like, I hear that cadence. I hear that tone in his voice. And like you're a gentle giant. You are coming from New York and where you were raised, you could be a totally different man. You could have a completely different disposition. There's a sweetness about you that is absolutely endearing, which is why you ain't got no problem hooking no girl. Right? You will never be alone. Right? So let's make that clear. You won't be alone at 250 pounds. You won't be alone at 189 pounds, right? You ain't gonna be alone.
Right.
But you don't want to just keep getting new relationships and you're still the old you.
Yeah.
A new relationship does not deserve the old you.
Right.
A new relationship deserves a new you. And it could be that this third time is the charm. Hopefully, right? Hopefully. But we're even going to hold that open-handed. You're not doing any of your work to manipulate her to stay with you. You're doing your work because you know if I get better, then everything would be better.
Yeah.
I remember telling Juliet at my lowest, like when I was still trying to figure stuff out, I had a porn addiction, I was relapsing, I was putting her through all this crazy stuff. I'm lying to her face, I'm doing all this kind of stuff. And she could have left. She could have chunked deuces, and again, it would have been justified. I remember telling her, and this was either the stupidest thing to say when a woman's fed up with you, or it was just my faith talking. But I was like, hey, listen, I just had a moment of clarity one day, and I was like, look. I was like, I know I'm messing up, and I'm doing all this foolishness, and I'm trying to figure out my life and all this. I said, but the last thing you want to do is leave me. I said, because I'm going to get free of this and I'm going to be a different man. And I don't want you to regret leaving me while I was in progress.
Right.
Now that she could have threw hot grits in my face. Like, nigga, if you don't shut up. Right. and I would have deserved it. You know what I mean? Because how you going to hurt somebody and then be turning around talking about, you better not leave me because I'm about to drink. You know what I mean? But I just had this gift of faith and this boldness just hit me. And I was like, you're going to take an L if you leave me. And I remember saying that, like, I don't want to be on the other side of this, and some other female reaps the benefit of what you endured. So that might not be what you need to say now, but that's the mindset behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So
I put that in my back pocket for later.
Yeah. Put that in your back. Pull that card out. You know what I'm saying? Throw that joke on the table when she looking at you like, oh my God, you doing everything you supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
I feel better.
Good. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. I'm so grateful you called today. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, man. And
Thank
keep doing
you.
what you're doing.
Yes, sir. With the encouragement you gave me today, how could I not?
Oh yeah. So I'm not gonna beg to come back on. So I have one question.
Okay.
And this is totally off topic.
Okay.
And thank you so much for that. And thank you to the team and everybody. Thank y'all so much. My last question is, who has the best theme music? Thundercats, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Power Rangers?
That's such a good question.
Who has the better theme music? Thundercats are on the loose.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Thundercats
or
are
Mighty
loose.
Morphin Power Rangers.
Thundercats are.
Or if you could rank them, if you were to rank them from the best to the worst.
Yeah. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in a Half Shell, Turtle Power. Okay. Oh man. Oh, I can't believe.
That's so good, man.
For real.
Hey, bro.
Love this question.
Okay,
I've been wanting to ask this question forever. So
okay. Now you asking somebody that turns 50 this month. So my ageism is informing my rank. Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm 42, so I grew up in that.
Okay,
That was
okay.
my cartoons. That was all my stuff.
All right. So I'm actually going to rank it in the actual order that you gave it. Thundercats is 1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is 2, and Power Rangers is 3.
All right.
I have to keep the rank in the same order.
Yeah. I co-sign.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
and Derek co-signs. He's around our age as well. Yeah, but it's Thundercats. It's Thundercats first.
Yeah, and the original Thundercats, not the reboot.
Not the reboot. Yeah, nah. I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about old Thundercats. Yeah.
OG.
Yeah.
And we gotta admit, Panther. That was a black dude from
That
Detroit.
was definitely a black dude.
Yeah, Panther was black.
Oh, Panther was black. They had him gray. I was like, he black. Yeah, that's the black dude in the group. That's the greatest outro question anyone's ever asked, bro. Are you kidding me?
You know what? I don't know if this is true. You could probably ask ChatGPT, but I feel like the Cosby Show father, the guy that played Heathcliff Huxtable's father, I think he was the voice of Panthro.
Yo, I don't.
I might be wrong.
No, bro. I think you're right. Hold on, bro, because
now that you say it.
Yeah, no, because I actually remember that does not sound foreign to me. Hold on.
Yeah,
I gotta
think
check.
I heard that some years ago somewhere.
Yeah, I think it was. Hold on.
He got that voice actor bag. Let's see. I'm curious to know this.
Earl Hyman. That's who it was.
Wow.
Yeah, see, he was a black guy.
Yep. That was him, bro. It was Earl Hyman. Yeah, that was the Cosby Show's dad. He was on Thundercats.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, that callback was fire, bro.
That is so dope.
So it literally was a black man. You can hear it in the voice, bro. Well, I love you, Dre.
Yeah.
Have a great day, okay?
Love you too.
Okay, man. Have a good day.
Thank y'all so much.
All right.
God blessings to everybody. Baby Hooli.
We love it. All right, man.
Love you, bro.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, bro. That call right there.
Yeah.
Do y'all understand? Like, do you get it now? Like the nuances, the shades of gray. We know what the black and white of Scripture says. We know what the red letters are in the New Testament. We as well. Remember when Dania was here?
Yeah.
She was like, the reason why we didn't put red letters in our TLV Bibles because if the words of Jesus were put in red in the New Testament, how come the words of Adonai were not put in red in the Old Testament?
Cooked me.
Cooked me, well done.
I can't look at the red because I'm an NIV reader and NLT. Every time I see it, I calls that conversation back.
Oh, dude,
gratitude.
I have an opportunity. I have a plan to on my next pass, not this pass I'm going through. On my next pass, reading the Bible, I am going to mark all of God's words in red with my red marker, and then get to the New Testament and do all of Jesus's.
Oh man,
in red. I'm gonna do it myself.
That's good, dude.
Yeah. So that was these are the kind of calls. This kind of call represents so much of the counseling sessions that I did.
As a lead pastor?
As a
or as a pastor?
Yeah, as a pastor, associate pastor,
Yes,
executive pastor, lead pastor. These are kind of conversations you wind up having. Real life conversations.
Yeah.
You could hear about somebody getting married 3 or 4 times and just think, oh my God, they can't keep it together. You ain't heard the story.
Man, so good.
Proverbs always says the first person to speak in court sounds right until the cross-examination. It's going on in the Diddy trial right now.
Really is.
Now, I think these victims of Sean Combs are being truthful in their testimonies, but the defense gets to cross. And when the defense crosses, after we hear about your years of abuse, okay, then why did you post an Instagram pic with him 2 years after the time you were supposedly raped? Well, now, we understand why that could happen. But when you're being crossed, it raises questions. And so, never judge a book by its cover. Never judge a book by its cover. It's crazy that his second wife would call the police and say, he was abusive to me. He was married to his first wife for 14 years, never a history of abuse. But women know they have that damsel in distress energy they can throw out there and manipulate with. I'm grateful that my wife is not jealous. My wife is not vindictive.
Yeah.
She's not violent. She doesn't pop off at the mouth. Because again, my walk away gifting is so damn strong. It's not even I will walk away from anybody. I don't care. I will walk away from you and love you.
And love you.
I'm just not going to be in proximity for you to harm me. My walk away is not out of bitterness, vindictive. Oh, F you then. My walk away is for me not to be hurt by you anymore, or for me to be tempted to hurt you. That's why the distance is important. I believe the reason why David ran from Saul is not because he believed Saul would kill him. I believe David ran from Saul because if he stayed, he would kill Saul.
Oof. And he was afraid of disobeying God because he was the chosen. He was the anointed.
He didn't want to take matters into his own hands. So when you know you're in the power dynamic role, when you know you are the power dynamic, you have to show more restraint. Like I said, my now coach that's teaching me Muay Thai, he can't get in a fight. Even he's a black belt, he has all this training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he fought professionally Muay Thai. He can't get in a fight. He's going to jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, the other guy broke a bottle over my head. Yeah, but that guy will never talk again because of you. You know what you was doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to show restraint.
Yeah.
Jesus showed restraint on the cross.
Ooh.
While they were mocking him.
Oof.
He could have called the angels and they would have ethered everybody.
Yep.
Oh man, that's gonna make me cry, dude.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just gotta know when you're in the power dynamic and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna let this happen. I can't let this happen.
That's so good.
So
Oh my.
Like, clip that. That's so encouraging.
Yeah, that reverential fear.
Oof.
Like Jesus praying for everyone around him while he was on the cross.
Bro.
Like it. That always like just
Bro.
that thought just makes me want to just weep.
Bro.
Just makes me want to weep.
yeah. Okay, praise God.
Praise the Lord.
Who's next?
All right, Trey, we got you live on Wide Open with Tim Ross.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What's up, Trey?
Hello. Let me turn my light on. I had it off at first.
It's all good, man. How you doing?
Okay. I'm doing good. I'm nervous. I didn't even expect to be on here today. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, it's all good, man. It's good to see your face.
Good to see you too. I wanted to tell you first thing I came on here. You gotta stop lying to people, tell them that you're 49. You're definitely like 33 or something. You do not look 49. You look younger than Udonis Haslam. He's like 40. So it's like I don't know why you keep telling people you're 49. But
oh, thank you, man.
To come in here and tell y'all, everybody on the show, Hector, Derek, Hooley. I almost said her name wrong. She was gonna have to correct me like she did you earlier. But she was gonna have to correct me. But and you, Tim, love all you guys. You guys have really, like, I've been going since I gave my life to Christ in late February. It's been new for me.
Yes, sir.
It's really y'all's podcast has really helped me out a lot in the basement.
Thank you, man.
That's what put me on to y'all was the basement.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I wanted to let you guys know I love y'all and keep doing what y'all doing because y'all really doing God's work. It's really beautiful.
Thank you, man. We love you, man. We're honored to serve you.
Thank you. I was gonna do the nutrients.
Yes, sir.
It was encouragement. Well, I had two questions, but these are the nutrients: encouragement, hope, perspective, insight, advice, structure, and challenge.
Got it.
So, first question is, how do I fix or reconcile a relationship with my father who does not see my perspective, and how can I help him see my perspective? And the second question is, how can I better learn to lean on God and trust God while going into the wilderness?
Got you.
So those are my two questions,
Okay.
and I'll provide you context for the first one.
Okay.
It's gonna be the first one's kind of long. The second one is really just gonna be short.
Take your time.
But so with me and my father, so for a little bit of context, I have a twin brother. Me and my twin brother, we're my dad's only sons. So growing up with my dad, he grew up in he's around your age. So his age group. That age group, more of the tougher range, like, physical handling and stuff like that.
Yep.
Not saying that physical discipline is wrong,
right?
But I think like my dad's style of parenting was more of like whoop first, ask questions later. It was minimal conversations, more physical discipline.
Gotcha.
So that was one thing we grew up with, and I think that kind of, not saying that he was a bad dad, because I think my dad was a great dad.
Yeah.
But I think there were certain things that caused me to, behave the way I behaved. Like, I was getting in trouble in school a lot. Like, I would act out a lot in class. I was a class clown. I was getting in trouble, getting a lot of phone calls home. Like, I was smart. I had like a 4.0 GPA. I was getting good grades, but I would act out, So that was one thing about me, and it would cause me to get like whooped a lot as a kid. And me and my brother, we was always angry. We would fight a lot. We was compared a lot in a lot of things, and it was animosity between us. Well, not between us. I really had animosity between my brother because I thought he would just get the better end of everything. Like, he grew up, he was buff as a kid. As a twin, it's like always getting compared.
Right.
He was buff. I was always small. Like, right now, I'm 6'1", 160, 159. So I'm small. He's like 190. So that comparison all the time.
Yep.
He was like, we both was pretty decent at sports. he was more athletic though, like fast, ran track and all that. So it was like always being compared. And then so that kind of built like secret animosity between me too. Well, between me and him. Well, not him against me, but me against him.
Right.
And you know, I was grew up, you know, mentally down a lot. Like I was depressed in 8th grade all the way out through like my freshman year of college. I'm 20 right now. I'm not in college. I'll get into why I'm not in college later. But I was depressed then. A little context to that, which I really found out just now why that added to me being depressed. This is going to strike, because I know you're an empath, this is going to strike hard. But when I was 4, I was sexually abused. And then when I was 6, I was sexually abused again. So that, like, I didn't know that that was causing me to be as depressed as I was.
Yeah.
And it also caused me to be hypersexual.
Yes, sir.
Even in elementary school. Like I was in 1st grade and I was hypersexual with girls and with boys, and I didn't know why I was.
Yeah.
And I would always hate myself for it growing up, but I never understood why I was doing it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, especially growing up in today's age now, like people will look at it as like, you know, the DL thing, download, stuff like that. And I was like, I don't like doing this, but I don't understand why it's happening.
Yeah.
And, you know, it caused me to just hate myself a lot, you know, be suicidal, depressed, and a whole bunch of stuff going on. So that happened with me. And it was 2 very close family members too. And then, you know, so I had that going on while growing up with the physical handling with my dad. Him and my mom ended up splitting when we was in middle school. So I was living with my mom. I'll see my dad a little bit, but a lot of times I'll see him was just discipline. Like he'll come over when I'm in trouble. I'll get whooped and stuff like that. You know, not saying that he was only a disciplinary figure in my life, but a lot of stuff was discipline. Like the only real connection we had was really discipline and sports. So it was just like, so we had that. And then fast forward to when it was my senior year of high school. Me and my dad actually had a physical altercation due to a altercation me and my brother had when we was working at this Whataburger in my hometown in Kansas City. And we got into it. Now when I got home, I felt like my dad was putting a lot of the blame on me for the situation. And, you know, I kind of emotionally shut down. I asked if I can go for a walk. He said no. So I ended up going for a walk anyway, you know, all around the neighborhood. He got mad. He started trying to, you know, he got charged up with me and I was ignoring him. I walked away. He kind of called me out my name. And then I kind of got fired up about it a little bit. And then he ended up coming in my face. Then he started putting his hands on me. I had locks at the time. He dragged me off the bed by my locks. And there was a whole bunch of stuff going on. I went to go grab a knife. He pulled a gun out on me. And it was just, you know, and from then on, it just hasn't been the same, you know.
For sure.
You know, I was one person, well, not growing up, but since middle school, I forgot to mention this, I fell in love with weed. That was something that I was heavily into. It started with edibles, ended up going to carts, and then it ended up going to blunts. So it's just been a lot going on in my life growing up.
For sure.
You know,
Yeah.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
So for me, and then also losing a lot of friends, living in Kansas City, gun violence was high. Well, is high, you know.
Yep.
We have a lot of people that die to gun violence. I know a lot of people personally that died to gun violence. And then, you know, we're losing a lot of people that also messes with you. I lost my cousin at a young age. I think I was like 10 or 11. So just that also, just a lot going on. And then when I entered my freshman year of college, I ended up getting in a situation where I got shot and arrested.
Wow.
And then I was in jail for 2 months. And during that situation, I was in the hospital for 2 weeks because I got shot right here in the it was a deep graze and I had to get brain surgery.
Wow.
And you know, while I was in there, I felt like my dad was kind of condemning me for my situation instead of comforting me while I was in the hospital. And even though he was there, he was being there for me, like he was supportive. I felt a lot of condemnation in a vulnerable spot in my life. And it was like, mind you, it was never been through nothing like that. First time ever being shot, first time ever being arrested. Like I'm still dealing with the situation to this day.
Yep.
And it was just like, you know, in my personal opinion, and I get he was trying to be a father, but it was just like where I was at, you know, being shot, having to go to jail. My brother was actually in jail for the same situation. He just wasn't in the hospital because I had to he was shot too, but I had to get brain surgery, relearn how to walk, do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Wow.
So, you know, that kind of drew me back. And then when I got to jail, I felt like he was kind of condemning me for the situation again while in jail. And when I got out of jail, he was condemning me for the situation still. And it was just like, we kind of had an argument about it before, and we never really got to that point. And that brings us to now, you know, even as of lately, when I came out to him about me being sexually abused and how it came, how it affected how I've moved sexually growing up. I ain't gonna say it was dismissed, but I kind of felt like I was looked at different, not in a bad way, but you know, we never really touched on it, and he never really asked me how I felt, well, how I am doing about that and stuff like that. And it was just it's this huge disconnect, and I just really would like to know where I can go, because I've tried having conversations, like I call him to have conversations and talk about it. I remember once we got into it before. Well, I was calm, but he was getting charged up, so I kind of was getting into it. Because after I gave my life to Jesus, I suggested, like, my dad, the Bible. I was like, you know, the Bible really helped me out with a lot of stuff I was going through. And for you, I feel like, because we all need Jesus. Like, I need Jesus just as much as the next man.
That's right.
And, you know, I was suggesting it because I know it really worked. And it got into a thing of, he asked me, like, well, would the Bible help me with my deal with feelings of my kids not loving me as I love them and stuff like that? I feel like he was just throwing a lot on me. And it's like, threw me for a loop. I was like, dang, I could have sworn I loved my dad.
Right,
Okay.
right.
It was just like, you know, it was just throwing a lot on me, and all I was trying to do was suggest him, share a huge part of my life, and suggest it to him. So it was just, you know, I just want to know where I could go from there. Is there a different perspective I can look at it to where I can attack it better and better reconcile it? Because I want a relationship with my father.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's been so long since we've been connected. It's just like, I feel like I just got used to this, not like not having a father, but having a relationship with my father to where it's just, you know, it's just so distant, you know, because I really lean into my mom. That's like my dog.
Yep.
But I wish I had that with my dad. And I know my dad wish he had it with his sons, but it's just like, I just feel like we don't connect. And I feel like, you know, he never really, I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like he's accountable with the fact that he's done stuff to hurt us. Not saying he's a bad parent, but, you know, he's done stuff to affect us in our life. And he would say, like, I'm not perfect, but I tell him that I don't expect you to be perfect. I just want, like, an apology and to just be comforted and just to be understood and listened to in a way. So I just want to know, like, how I could really go from there, you know, what I could do to better my relationship with him.
For sure. Oh, man. Okay, first, let me just say, man, you talked about I need to stop saying I'm 49 because you think I look like I'm 33. You are the epitome of I don't look like what I've been through. I'm looking at a miracle right now, my friend.
Thank you.
If you didn't tell me everything you just told me, there's no way I could have came up with that. There's no way I would have guessed it. You do not look remotely anywhere close to everything you just told me just now. God has spared your life. He has kept your life. That bullet grazed you, but it couldn't take you.
Amen.
Because there is a purpose and a plan that he has for you. And I'm just grateful. Hearing a testimony like that, Lord have mercy. I'm just grateful. I want to say something before I say something, okay? You are a good son. You are a good son. Right now.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, right this minute. I pray that my children at 20 They'll be 17 and 15 this year. I pray that at 20, that they long to have a relationship with me. They continue to want to have that relationship with me like you want to have with your father. And for you to tell me how tumultuous the relationship with your father has been, yet you still seek to have that connection with him, you're a good son. So I want you to know that right now. You're not trying to be a good son. My dad, I'm trying to cook. What else can I do? You're already a good son. So let's get that off the top, okay? Now we're just trying to figure out, man, how do I connect with my dad? And I think your dad needs to hear from you. Just based on the little bit that you said he gave you as feedback, I just think he needs to hear from you. Daddy, I love you. And I desire to have a relationship with you. Sometimes it's difficult, but I want to try to have a great relationship with you. Is that something that you think would be hard for us to do? I just think you need to say that to him. He's probably going, he doesn't strike me as a man that does feelings well. Would you say yay or nay to that?
Yeah, I say that's about true. And to be honest, because that's where before I gave my life to Jesus, that's where I got that from. I was emotional and very defensive.
Yes, sir.
Like
Absolutely.
I was overly emotional and defensive, and I got that from I got it honestly from my dad. Not
For
saying
sure.
it's a bad thing. I mean, I know you're not saying it's a bad thing because
Yeah.
we all have deep emotions.
Yeah.
But me, my brother, my sister, we all get that.
Yep,
Like
for sure.
hard to deal
Absolutely.
with it.
Yeah. So if he doesn't do emotions well, I think when feelings come up from him, he tries to protect himself from them instead of leaning into them. And that's why they say a child shall lead. And sometimes we have to lead our parents into spaces that they're scared to go, right? When we were young, we relied on our parents to lead us through spaces we were scared of, whether it was a dark room, through the haunted house at the amusement park, having to sleep in the room by ourselves. We relied on our parents. As we get older, sometimes we have to navigate them through scary places emotionally, and you just got to tell them, like, Daddy, I love you. I want to have a good relationship with you, and I know you may not do feelings well, or sometimes you get defensive, but man, I want us to get past that because I want my dad in my life. I don't want every time we talk, it's a fight. I don't want every time we talk and we're beefing. But I also want to be able to tell you the truth about my experience without you getting defensive. I don't even need you to change nothing that's happened in the past. I just want you to acknowledge that, yeah, I took a L on that. I did that wrong. You didn't need that at that time. Son, when you were in the hospital going through that surgery, that was not the time to be bringing up what you went through or what might have brought that on. He may or may not ever be able to do that. But you making the attempt, that's what counts. I always tell people, we are not responsible for people's reactions to what we have to say. We are responsible for the way we say it. And that's the only part that's on you.
And another thing, because I remember once when I had came to him about my feelings, because he found out through what I told you, the sexual part. like what me being abused and then what it led to. I brought it up because me and my family, we do this prayer call from Monday through Friday, uh, in the morning at 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
First thing, shout out my family for doing that. I don't even have friends whose family do that. And
That's
it'd be
fire.
like 13, 14, sometimes 20 of us in the prayer call doing devotions and praying. It's really cool. Ever since I gave my life to Christ, it's been something I've been in almost every day. There's sometimes I sleep through, but almost every day we be in it. I lead this Bible study on Wednesdays for it. We've been walking through Genesis. Really cool thing I've been doing with my family.
For sure.
But he found out that through my family, well, through the call, and I think he was kind of upset about it because he found out at the same time a lot of my family found out, and I think he was looking at it as how is everybody finding out my son's business at the same time that I'm finding out,
Right.
and it was just a thing of like I told him, I sent him a voice message after. I said, I just don't feel comfortable telling you stuff that's deep in my life. I told him before when I was depressed. He hit me with the thing of what do I have to be depressed about? I don't pay bills. I'm not, it's not this. Well, like I'm not paying bills. I'm in high school. I got everything basically handed to me. Like I don't have to pay bills. I don't have to pay water. I don't got to pay for groceries and stuff like that. But I'd be depressed about, and that kind of just shut me down because that was like one of the reasons I was smoking. I was smoking a lot every day, and it was just like, after that, it was just a thing of I really didn't. Me and him, I just couldn't connect with him emotionally. Like I kind of attributed to like having a car. Like you could take it, I could take it to work. I could take it to I could take it 10 minutes away. I could take it 5 minutes away, 15. But once it hits 30 or plus, when 30 or more, I can't take it there. And that's kind of how I view my dad. Like I could take it to sports. I could take it to anything else in life. But once it comes to emotions, that's too far for me to push because it'll always break down once it gets that far.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
it's just never been a thing I can do. Just come to him emotionally, and he feels like I don't love him because I don't come to him emotionally.
Wow.
He feels like I don't, his kids don't love them because we don't come to him about everything in our life. And it's like, I don't feel like he makes it easy for me because a lot of things I came to him about, I just felt shut down. And all I really needed was at least like to feel like heard.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly. Exactly.
I be just wanting to feel, a lot of times I just wanted to feel heard. So I just tended to like shut down a lot. I come to my mom, like me and my mom used to sit and talk for like 3-4 hours. But me and my dad just never really had that. Like it's been something that we never really had. So it's just like he feels like I don't love him or his kids don't love him because we don't do that. And I a lot of it. Now I just charge it to the game sometimes because I know that he's dealing with a lot. He's been through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And when we have unaddressed emotions, we tend to just project, and it makes it hard to deal with other people's emotions when we haven't dealt with ours. So I give grace there, but I just can't personally extend that hand of my life and open up and be vulnerable when it never ends well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Even when I came to him, I tried to be the bigger person, and I told him I was being selfish in a relationship, and I was thinking about myself the whole time. He told me I didn't feel him be like, oh yeah, maybe I did some stuff too. He basically was just like, yep, you're right. I'm glad you acknowledge it. Maybe we can get to a point to where our relationship's fixed. And it's just like, I just feel like I'm trying everything I can, and it just gets frustrating. But that's kind of like where we've been with the relationship. Even with him and my brother. Him and my brother. And my brother lives with him right now because we on the same case. We can't be by each other. So I live with my mom. He lives with my dad, and they've been clashing. And it's just like everything's just ever since even my case happened. Everything's just been going downhill in the relationship with me and my pops. So
yeah. Man, I'm so sorry, man. That's such a frustrating spot to be in, and especially if you've already made the attempt to reconcile and to like make that request, like, hey, this is what I would want, and then it's still getting shut down. The only thing you can do, two things: you have to pray and you have to wait. I'm old enough. If you would have asked me this even maybe 10 years ago, maybe I'd have just been like, man, you've done all you can. It's in God's hands. Pray about it. But I say wait, and here's the reason why I say wait. Life has a way of preparing people's hearts to deal with stuff that they never would have dealt with. And if you just wait for the right timing, the Holy Spirit will let you know when that time is. I have had issues with people that got resolved like 3 years later because certain things happen in their life, and obviously things happen in my life where it was like, hey, what was we even fighting about?
Right.
Why was we even on this energy? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? So pray about it right now and just wait for that moment where, I mean, life is going to keep coming, and there's some things that happen in life that make us evaluate, man, why am I doing this? Why would I be shutting my kids out? Why would I not be listening to them? So pray and wait for now on that one.
The second question I had was, and this kind of pertains to my case. How can I better lean into God and trust God going into the wilderness? The reason I say that is because I'm fighting the case right now. And first off, I want to give glory to God with this because I was initially facing 30 years, and I got a plea deal to where I will be doing 4 months or 2 years maximum.
Wow.
So all glory to God, all glory to Jesus Christ, because nobody makes miracles happen like that, like Jesus. He kept me alive and made a miracle happen before.
Amen.
He kept me. I was doing 2 months in what's that called, in the county jail, and he kept me straight throughout that whole process. It was cool for me. And then I got out. I had a panic attack where I was smoking. I was hearing like evil spirits talk to me. I know it was evil spirits because they was trying to pretend like God.
Right.
Go to hell. It was weird, and I ended up getting a panic attack from it. Heart rate was at 200, and I thought I was dying and going to hell.
Wow.
And that's why I be telling a lot of people to really get their relationship right with Jesus, because the feeling of thinking that you're dying and going to hell, there's nothing you can do about it. I went through it, the scariest thing ever.
Wow.
But and then what was it? And then I had that, and then mind you, I thought I got laced because my friend actually passed a week before that from being laced from marijuana. And then so God kept me protected through all this. And then when I prayed to him and asked him to take hold of my case, I got offered a plea deal to where I'll be doing 4 months, which I'm yet to accept it. I'm trying to pray to where I get a year so I can knock my brothers down a year, and we'll get the same time. Instead of him doing 2, he'll just do a year, and I'll just take a little bit more time.
Yep.
Just so my mama can have both of her boys back same time.
For sure. Absolutely.
But,
wow.
I'm not pops too, because but
wow.
So God he did that for me, because if initially it was 15 to 30 years, now it's looking at less than that. So all glory to God. But I want to ask, in a season where, this is new for me, kind of, because I did 2 months, but I never did a year in a prison. I was just in the county. But, a season where I really feel like I got to lean on God. I've been leaning on him as of late, but I really, really got to lean on him in this scenario. I just want to know, like, how can I better do that? Because this is new to me. I gave my life to Christ around Lent. It was like, Lent wasn't too long ago.
That's right.
Pre-Easter. So, this is something that's really new to me.
Yeah.
And I gave it to him while I was on house arrest, so it ain't like I've been able to be discipled.
Yes, sir.
I've been being discipled by Tim Ross, Jackie Hill Perry, Preston Perry, and all them. So I'm a whole lot discipled. So,
For sure.
And Derek, Julian, Hector too. They're not getting left out the mix. They
absolutely.
Shout out to them. But I've been getting online disciple through YouTube videos and through the book. So that's really been my only thing. So I just want to know, because with discipleship comes people teaching you how to live this life, and I really been sometimes going off a limb. So I want to use this time to ask, how can I better lean into God in this troubling time and after this troubling time?
For sure.
Like, it's life after this.
That's right.
I want to lean into him all the way until he calls my name. So I just want better advice on that. And
absolutely.
Also how to tips on reading the Bible, like what I should look for and stuff like that. I already got in mind, like, look for Jesus in every single chapter.
Yep.
But I was wondering if it's more stuff that you would advise.
Absolutely, for sure. Nah, man, you are I got to tell you, your maturity level is higher than a lot of people I know going through situations that are not even remotely close to yours. Most of the time, the prayer request of an immature person is, pray I get out of this. It's never pray that I get through this.
No, I can tell you that wasn't me at first, and Jesus did check me.
Okay.
He said, because I told him, what I told Jesus was, I was reading Matthew, how when he was in a garden of Gethsemane, and he told the Father, if there's any way let this cup pass, not your will but mine. And I told God that, you know. And he sent this, and I was like, "Oh God, but can you give me probation? Like, can I just, not have to go in?" And he told me, "You asked me my will, not yours.
Wow.
And I gave you the best version of my will, and you're
Wow.
still ungrateful."
Wow.
And I was like, "Jesus, you're right. Let me step back. I'm being and I had to check myself."
Wow,
but
man. Wow.
I realized, I was like, you know what? That is true. So that's why I was like, you know what I'm gonna do is more of leaning to him during this, so I can be more Christ-like coming out of it. Instead of trying to skip the wilderness, let me walk with him through it, because after it, he will. I know because he's going to keep me through it. He didn't keep me alive, so I can, perish in jail or go through, for it to just fall over through jail. He kept me alive so he could have me for his own and build me to the best version that he needs me to be.
That's right.
And that's not gonna stop in jail. So
that's right.
I just want to learn how to lean into him going into this.
That's right.
So that I can maybe make disciples in jail. Bring people closer to Christ in jail, and then after I can be more Christ-like coming out of jail. So I want to learn how to lean into him going into this wilderness season.
For sure, man. You you just preached a whole sermon right there, man. You just cooked, and you don't even know it. That's better than some stuff I've heard in the past 30 Sundays. I want to say I'm super proud of you and your outlook on this and the positive approach by which you're dealing with it. I'm gonna keep the advice very simple. The same Jesus that you brought into your life, the same Holy Spirit that came into your life on the day that you gave your life to Jesus, that is who you walk into this prison with. You brought him into your life for the rest of your life to go through every part of your life, which includes prison. And so literally, you accepting him into your heart allows you to walk into this season, which is temporary. Thank God. It's miraculous to get a sentence from 30 down to months. You know what I mean? Like
Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Yeah, it's miraculous. And with that said, when you have that, that's why when you see Paul the Apostle in the New Testament, he reframes the entire way he sees going to prison. He literally says, I, Paul, a slave of Jesus Christ. I, Paul, a bondservant, a prisoner. The chains that I'm in, Paul describes. I'm in these chains because of Christ. He just reframes the whole prison thing, the whole prison narrative. And so you accepting the consequences and then God miraculously allowing the consequences to be changed, and you going, God, if I got to do this time, I just want to do it with you. When I walk in there, let me walk in there with a light that shines so bright that other people want to become disciples of you like I did. And you walk into that season in the same way Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, who they call Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, right? You walk into that time knowing that the same God that I got at Lent is the same God that's going to take me through this prison sentence is the same God that's going to bring me back out on the other side. So that's my advice, is just be consciously aware that God's not dropping you off in prison so that you can do some time, and then when you come out, y'all going to resume your relationship. Nah, he came into your life to walk with you through that prison sentence.
Exactly.
Jesus said, lo, I will be with you always, even until the end of the age. He ain't leaving. He's with you through every single thing, including this.
And it's crazy that you mentioned Hananiah, Mishael, and Nazariah, because in my Bible, that's like, I got that highlighted. I got a tattoo, as you and Preston would say.
Yes,
I got a
sir.
tattooed in my book. That's one of my favorite verses is 3:16 through 18.
Yes, sir.
Just the faith they had, even if things go left. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna walk away from God. That's how I've been looking at my life. Like, even if this goes left, He saved me from. He already paid for it on the cross.
That's right.
First things first. He paid
That's
for
right.
it on the cross, and then He doubled down and He saved my life.
That's
And
right.
then He doubled down and he tripled down and came into my life.
That's right.
And I'm being generous saying triple down, because He done so much in my life that I can't even name. It's countless. So
Right.
It's just like, I would be ignorant to just walk away because, you didn't get me out of jail. I
Right.
didn't get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
No, God did so much that this is just minute. My whole thing is, I just need Him to be with me through it so I can be more like Him. So it's just like, no matter what, good, bad, or ugly, as long as I got Him with me, that's, I'll be straight. Because I'd rather be, like somebody said when I was in the county before, I'd rather be, I'd rather be physically in jail and mentally free than mentally in jail and physically in jail.
That's right.
Or mentally in jail and physically free. Because there's some people out here that's physically free,
That's right.
but mentally they're locked up.
That's
And
right.
That's the worst place to be. So as long as I got Jesus and I'm mentally free, I feel like, I'm going to be straight, because the whole goal is heaven.
That's right.
So as long as I just stay faithful to Him, no matter what's going on physically, this is temporary anyway.
That's right.
That's kind of how I look at that.
Yo, man, I don't know. I don't know who's out there discipling you, but they doing a good job, man. Make sure you give them the biggest dap of, man. Listen, I mean, just to hear it, that thing ain't coming. I mean, that thing is coming from a rooted place, man. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
For sure.
And it's crazy because, just in January, I was not like this. I was smoking, cussing on the game a lot, and not saying that like cussing is just this this crazy bad thing, but I was cussing a lot, and God just delivered it from me. I don't cuss at all anymore. It's just like just the stuff He done in my life, And lusting, crazy.
Yeah.
Of course, I grew up promiscuous since elementary school.
Right.
And it was like, and it even took some time after
for sure
giving my life to Jesus, because that was a hard thing.
For sure.
It was a hard thing.
Yeah, bro.
But showed me the danger of it, and I'm delivered not from the temptation, but from the action.
That's good.
And it's like, it's just it took some time, but Jesus just been faithful to me, and I've been able to give back in the way I can, because I'm not holding Him up. And
for sure.
I'm doing something that affects His day to day, but it affects His heart, and I feel like I'm able to give what I can give at this point, which is faithfulness. So yeah. But the last thing before, because I know you might really got to get a third caller, I want to ask you, and this is a miscellaneous question, kind of like the dude Dre did.
Yeah.
This.
All good.
Fun little question. And to be funny, when Derek called Dre to get the call, I thought he was saying Trey. I thought he was saying my name. So I'm grabbing my phone. I'm like, oh, I thought I was third. And it was when I was watching it, and I see the text from Derek, he was like, the second person dropped off, you'll be second. My heart started pounding. I'm like, oh, I was not prepared to be second. So it was crazy. But I was glad I was able to get on here and do this.
For sure.
But the third question I got is, I was gonna ask if you can give me a starting 5, but Bible characters. Basketball starting 5, but Bible characters.
Ooh, my starting.
Derek too.
My starting 5 Bible characters.
So point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, but Bible characters.
Okay, but Bible characters. Basketball positions, but Bible characters. All right. All right, hold on. Okay.
It's too tough.
Okay, nah, I got this. Okay. At point guard,
Point guard.
I got John.
No. Yeah.
No Jesus. Right, Jesus can't be on the team because the team. Okay. So at point guard, I got John the Beloved. Because
John Apostle. Yep.
yeah, the apostle, because it says that he outran Peter to the tomb. So I think bro is quick. You know what I mean? So he's probably speedy. He probably got some handles. At shooting guard, can we have anybody but David?
I don't think so.
You know what I'm saying? If that's what he could do with a sling.
I mean, I was thinking.
You know what I'm saying? If he can do that with a sling, then he should be able to shoot the other rock well as
That's why
you know what I mean?
That's why I think he's at the one.
Yeah.
I got him at the one. But.
Nah, I'm so I got John the Beloved at point. I got David at shooting guard. My small forward is Samson. Cause nobody gonna see bro coming. He gonna be he gonna abuse people and they ain't gonna even know it. Cause he's stronger.
I did mine. I threw him at the 4 because he was like real strong, even like some Draymond Green type of vibes.
But he didn't look that way though. That's why I got him at the small. The reason why people were enamored by his strength is because he looked like me. But then he could pick up like a bronze gate. Like if I went outside and picked up a bronze gate, everybody gonna be like, "Hey, bro, what do you want?" But like if The Rock went out there and picked up a bronze gate, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's supposed to." Yeah. But if I do it, so I think he is small. I think he's small. So I got him. I got Samson at small forward. Power forward. Okay. Power forward, I got Okay. At power forward, I got Saul. Saul's going to be my power forward. He stood head and shoulders above the rest. So I got him at power forward. And then because all great teams got to have an international player, I got Goliath the Philistine at center. You know what I'm saying? Brody came over.
He moved Goliath at the center. That is.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I got, I got, you know, all the foreigners is winning these MVPs. You got to have one good foreigner on your team. So I'm going with the uncircumcised Philistine. You know what I'm saying? From Gath, and I'm gonna let him run.
He only lost to David.
He only lost to David.
And David on the team.
So Goliath is basically the KD of this starting five. You know what I'm saying? He knew he couldn't beat him, so he joined him.
Yeah, and how you go if Goliath never lost and Goliath only lost to David and you got David. It's like, you got David. It's like you really can't.
That's right. They Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah, it is Kobe and Shaq. I'm gonna give you mine before I get off.
Please.
Let me see. All right, so first point guard, I gotta go Moses.
Okay.
He split the Red Sea. I know he's splitting them double teams like crazy. He gotta split the double teams like crazy. You know, he come off the screen, split the double team. We gotta get to the rack. And he led 2 million people to the promised land. He can at least lead us to the playoffs, second round, if he got some talent around him.
Oh my God,
this is spectacular.
Guard, I'm not gonna pick anybody you pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Aaron because for the simple fact that Moses ain't nothing without Aaron.
Right.
For sure.
Especially he got God. But it's like that's that double. God put him with Aaron for a reason. So we gotta have that.
1, 2.
We gotta. That's like Steph and Clay right there.
They the Splash Brothers.
They're the Splash Brothers, literally.
Small forward. I'm gonna go John the Baptist.
Okay.
He dunking people in water. He gotta be dunking on people on the court. You know, he baptizing them on the court and off the court. So
This is
I got
spectacular.
John the Baptist.
Okay.
Number 4 at the power forward, I got to go. Who am I gonna go in the? Let me go Old Testament. Power forward. No, I'm gonna go New Testament. Power forward. No, I can't go Paul. You got Paul. And I gotta find somebody that can go with Goliath. Power forward. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go one of the disciples.
Okay.
Give me Peter. Peter
Okay.
was on that.
Let's
Peter
go.
was fighting people with swords. Like, give me a small forward that's go. He ready. He about the business. He ready to die for the team.
Yeah, he ready to give you. He ready to give you 5 fouls.
Yeah, when they pulled up on Jesus, like, I don't know how deep they was, but they was deeper than the disciples. He pulled the sword out, so you can be my power forward with that type of activity.
For sure.
And then at the 5, give me this is a sleeper. Give me, dang, I forgot his name. The first king before David, the defiant one.
Saul. That's who I got.
Yeah. Oh, you do got Saul.
I got Saul at the 4.
You do got Saul at the 4. I'm gonna give me Solomon at the 5.
Okay.
He's small, but so much knowledge, he might be Jokic. I might have Jokic.
You might have him.
He know where everybody gonna be.
That's right.
He don't even know he's passing it. He passed
Yeah.
it like that. Magic Johnson,
He's gonna be the wisest guy on the field for sure.
Yeah, so it's just like, we might average 100 assists as a team. So it's just, and 88 might be from Solomon. So.
For sure. Absolutely. Hey, I felt like the Holy Spirit told me this several times. I wanted to make sure it was him. And I feel like it is. And so I want to say it to you. I know you got time in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side of that time, I need you to make time to come down to Dallas. And we're going to do a basement pod together, okay?
Woo!
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
So,
so cool.
just know, I know you got family to look forward to when you come out reuniting with your family as well. But we got to get you down to Dallas, man. I want you to just come over and hang out with us, okay?
All right, for sure.
Yeah.
And more than likely, it's going to be, I'm going to see how it's going to work, because I know when I get out, it's going to be on probation time. But
whenever that's over.
Yeah, but they do, like, if I know if you alert them and they okay it, I can travel out the state.
Okay.
So whenever I can, I'm gonna make sure. I actually appreciate that, because that just made my day. I appreciate that, and I'm gonna make sure I stay in touch whenever this is over.
Yes,
and
sir.
I can come, and then and then that'll help me with my journey with Jesus. I'm gonna make sure I'm bringing my best friend with me. He
Yes,
stays
sir.
with me on the go. I gotta
Yes,
bring
sir.
him. And my notebook. I keep my notebook too with the highlighters. So I'm gonna make sure I bring my 2 best friends with me.
For sure.
But yeah, stay in touch with you guys whenever this is over. And yeah, I really appreciate all of y'all. Y'all really helped me through a tough time in life. A big reason why I keep this smile on my face even through, this season I'm going through.
Yes,
I love
sir.
you, Uncle Tim. I'm gonna call you Uncle Tim.
For sure. I love you too,
Uncle
nephew.
Tim, it's just you, Uncle Tim, cousin Derek.
Hey.
And cousin Hector, whenever he gets back.
For
I love
sure.
all y'all. I really appreciate the Upset the World, the basement that you got. I rocks with the song. The song is hard.
Thank you, bro.
I got it memorized. The song is hard.
Thank you, bro.
But, I really do love all y'all and everybody that's a part of every dweller. All of y'all. I love every single one of y'all. It's really an honor to be able to be a part of this community.
Thank you, man.
So, yeah.
Thank you. We love you too, man. Have a great day, okay?
You too. Have a great one.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, peace.
I want to squish him.
I didn't know when he popped into my messages. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Because you see somebody that will message and say some things, but I was like, Lord, I trust you. And I was not aware that we were going to get such a refreshing drink of water.
What?
Oh my gosh. What was going through my head is how everybody nowadays is like, oh, this next generation is just horrible and it's falling, and I'm like,
Psych.
Exactly. I'm like, no.
Your generation is horrible and it's falling. Not mine. Hey, don't be trying to put that off on us. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man.
Your thoughts, Tim, about seeing such a young dweller. Just love to get your.
what you just saw in that young man was the joy of the Lord.
Yeah.
And the joy of the Lord is his strength.
Yeah.
We cannot negate that it's the Lord's joy that gives us strength. You facing time, it don't matter how much time you facing. You facing some time, and then God wants to move like that? Man, please. What?
Yeah, dude.
Are you kidding me? What?
Yeah, it feels
And that was only 2 calls.
Oof.
We got more lined up if you think you got it or it's
No,
on you.
not in 15 minutes.
Okay, amen.
But that's, wow.
Mm-hmm. He's a gift. Oh my gosh.
He really is.
A gift.
Wow. Wow. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Yeah. I pray my son encounters that. Oof. My gosh.
What
Wow.
a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah.
What a beautiful thing. Dre and Trey was today.
Mm-hmm.
Today was Dre and Trey Day.
Yeah.
It's too poetic.
It's so refreshing.
What I love about doing this show is that every day it's just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
Every day is different. We do the same thing, but it's never the same way.
Yeah.
And for every story that people give us the gift to share, man, a lot of people get helped as a result.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
I feel
man.
really blessed. I feel really, really blessed. Wow. 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 Praise God. Wow. Okay. Well, thank you, Jesus.
Your thoughts about inviting him to the basement? Like, I've never seen that happen or unfold.
I never heard it happen. 'Cause the
It
Holy
never
Spirit
has.
just kept going, bring him here. And I was like, okay. And then, you hear something and you're like, is that me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then you hear it like 4 or 5 more times and you're like, that's not me. That's not me. So, I don't know if Hene
Mm-hmm.
is watching today. Hene, you have been in my heart since yesterday. And you've come up a couple of times this morning. I just want you to know, you are so loved by God, and He is with you. He is with you. He has you on a different journey than your family has been on. He has you on a different journey. And so don't listen to the people who have not been called to do what you've been called to do. Don't be afraid. The Lord is with you. Just don't be afraid. The Lord is with you. So, yay.
The reassurance, like when you said that to Trey, being through that experience, like not only is it encouraging for him to do that time, to be able to stay encouraged, but also it has the opportunity to reinforce like positive re-entry when he comes home, to show the people that are, because he'll be under supervision.
Not the propane tank.
It's like no, but he'll be under supervision, and something positive like being able to reach out to someone like yourself who is a mentor and a discipler, and that has a positive reinforcement outside of his family unit to extend such an invitation, it can benefit him. So it's in more ways than just like the spirituality piece, but also the mentorship piece and what it could look like for him.
Absolutely.
When he comes home.
Oh yeah, no, it's my older brother did 11 years. My younger brother had to do some time. Do you know both of my brothers were incarcerated on the day that I got married?
What?
May 1st of 1999. They called me collect. They called me collect to say congratulations. I was pissed. I was so pissed. Yeah, so neither one of my brothers were at my wedding because they were both locked up. Sucked. My youngest was my younger brother was supposed to he was supposed to be my best man. And so, Juliet is the extrovert. She had all these friends, and I think she had like 12 to 14 bridesmaids.
Wow.
I didn't have 12 to 14 friends. And so I think I got up to 7. Yeah, thank you, Holy Spirit. It was 7. You know how I know 7? Because each person walked down with 2. So anyway.
And then it's reminding me of your recent wedding. That was it last year? Was it a year ago?
It's a year ago, yeah.
That's crazy. Just how cute Noah and Nathan too were by your side. But that was so cute. And special.
Yeah. God is good, man. That's
Really
all
is.
I gotta say.
It really is.
He be letting us do some dope stuff and stuff.
Is this
Type
real
stuff.
life? Is this real life, dude?
It is real life. It's our life.
Amen.
See?
Amen.
It's our life. I'm excited about it.
Same.
Thank you, Jesus.
I was waiting for you to marinate and.
Yeah, I had to get that out.
Yeah, you had to
that
get
was
that out. But we have a couple of announcements.
okay.
if
Give me
you're
the
ready for them.
announcements.
Okay.
Give me the announcements.
Your Welcome to the Basement book is on sale. The Audible version is on sale on Amazon now through June 8th.
Oh, nice.
It's at $7.52.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
Take advantage of that.
Oh my
y'all.
goodness. Okay, so the Audible book is on sale through June 8th. So it's
Yes.
on sale now.
Yes.
Through June 8th, $7.62.
52 cents.
I did all that talking for y'all to pay $7.52. You better go grab that Audible book.
85% off right now.
85% off. Y'all better go do it. All that talking I did. And they're like, hey, you can either eat a Subway sandwich or you can get this Audible book by Tim Ross.
They hit Audible? That wasn't good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, good. Okay, so that's the okay.
Yeah, that's me. Taishu said, "Come on, Julie, with the church announcements." I hate the church announcements. I like tune out. I try to listen. I really do. I do.
You are literally the
But-
church announcement lady right now.
I know. I hate it.
Oh, this is fantastic. All right, what's our next announcement, Sister Karlovich?
Comedy tour.
Hey.
Hey, with Jamie Kilstein. First one is June 8th.
June 8th is coming up this Sunday, right?
Yeah, North Carolina, Cary, North Carolina.
Field
Let's
trip,
go.
field
Field trip.
trip,
It's the
field
Raleigh
trip.
Improv.
Yep. Yep.
And we're going to be there, and I'm super excited about it. If you don't have your tickets, what are you even doing?
What are we doing?
For real.
What are you even doing? Right? Stop playing with us. For real, stop playing with us.
Link is in the bio on Instagram and on the description.
Yeah.
On the description.
Yes. And then we have Phoenix, Arizona
Arizona
on June 12th.
on June the 12th.
Yes.
Yep.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets. Get your tickets. Get your tickets in Phoenix. 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 Get your tickets right now, right now, right now, right. Okay, so that's the 8th in Raleigh, and then the 12th in Phoenix.
Sí,
Got
señorito.
it. Are there any more announcements, Sister Karlovich?
Yes.
Pacalita linda, vámonos.
I'm trying not to cringe. You're getting honored tomorrow in Irving,
Yes.
Community Award Gala,
Uh-huh.
and I believe tickets are still available if
Okay.
people want to join.
Okay.
We'll pull the link in the chat.
Yeah, if you're in the DFW Metroplex, I'm receiving I'm receiving a community award tomorrow. At it's a gala or a gala?
Gala. I don't
Gala.
say gala.
Gala. Gala. Did it go down the wrong tube? Dope.
I can't.
Announcements.
Oh.
Announcements.
He's like, I got the list. Let me keep on scrolling.
I know. I'm like, oh, I just want to communicate this to our people, 'cause
Turn around, touch a neighbor, say hi.
I can't stand that. Oh my gosh, I can't stand that.
Say hi to somebody you've never
I
met.
literally stay put. I'm like, I'm not moving.
I let
Sorry.
them come to me. I don't go to them.
My bad, Julio. Okay, next announcement.
It's all good. Next level Speakers Academy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in Atlanta.
ATL.
What?
You're gonna be in Atlanta, no?
When?
On June 7th through the 9th, no?
What?
Aren't you? For
Yes,
the
I am.
conference. Okay, you scared me. I'm like, what?
Next level
That's him
conference.
gaslighting you.
Yeah. I'll be in Atlanta. Okay, so this is how crazy mi vida loca is esta semana y el fin de y semana. Estoy en Atlanta.
Sí.
Sábado.
Sí.
Raleigh.
Ajá.
Domingo.
Wow. Uf.
Yo.
Nueva York. Lunes.
Ay, Dios mío.
Y Dallas, martes.
Wow.
Sí.
We got Key Concierge boarding right now. Key Concierge, please make it to the front of the Key Concierge.
It's
Please
the
make it to the front of the gate.
It's the truth.
I'm gonna be praying for your travels.
Gracias.
No joke.
Amen.
I need it.
It's a lot.
And your
It's a
diet.
lot. Yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'll be good.
Are you taking chia seeds? No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm like, are you?
Don't you gotta soak chia
The,
seeds?
the chia seeds got to be soaked. I can put it in my
okay.
water though.
Okay.
Oh.
I can
You
put
could do that?
it. You can put it in your water.
Oh.
And turn it into some like nice like alkaline chia water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I learned something new today. I'm gonna
It'll
do
get
that.
really like the chias get really gel like, and it will. When I tell you, it's like putting a squeegee through your colon.
Oh.
Oh, it'll get everything out.
That's crazy.
It'll like scrape the walls on the way out.
Amen.
This announcement brought to you by Chia Seeds from Mexico.
I'm gonna have to try that.
I think it gets you right.
Oh yeah, because
Mhm, just
pregnancy keeps me constipated
Yeah,
sometimes.
the chia water will get.
I'll try that.
Mhm.
Here we go.
It also reminds me of like it's probably the healthier version of boba.
Probably.
Yeah. Ooh,
I would
wanna
imagine.
try it. I love boba.
Oh yeah.
And then the last
Life hack.
announcement, and I'll leave y'all alone.
You don't have to leave us alone though.
Don't leave us alone, please.
Please don't leave us alone.
If you haven't
It's a
filled out
scary
the
world.
It is a scary world.
Yeah, exactly.
If you haven't filled out the Google form, please
Google
do.
form.
We're gonna be going over it tomorrow.
Hey.
Some of people's responses,
Yes.
and so we want to hear from everybody.
We want to hear from everybody in the club. Get Googled.
Hey.
Everybody in the club get Googled. Where's that guy at? Right?
He was one and done.
I don't even remember his name.
Same.
What was
He
that
was,
guy's
he
name?
Let's see.
was,
Let's look it up.
I have his name.
It
right
wasn't
on the tip of my
Chingy because
tongue.
Chingy
No.
was right there.
Yeah, right there. But he was
Where
a,
he at?
He was a minor that was talking about getting in the club, being drunk. That kid. It was crazy.
His mom pulled his record deal. Get your behind back in this house.
Jaquan?
That's who it was. That's exactly who it was.
I heard that song when I watched White Chicks. Terry Crews was dancing to it. Right? Was it Terry Crews?
In White Chicks?
Yeah.
Terry Crews was in White Chicks.
Oh, that movie's hilarious. Did you ever watch it? Okay.
I've seen it more times than I'd like to admit.
I think they're making a number
Please,
2.
Please
God,
don't.
no. Please,
No?
God, no.
No?
Please don't. No, gracias.
See, I'd rather just watch an AI movie. I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people like if something's broke, don't fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Like remaking classic movies, just let it be a classic movie.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, I love watching a movie that costs like $3 million to make because you had to blow up a real plane.
Mm-hmm.
If I see another CGI plane blow up and not even like deconstruct properly, I'm tired of some of these films I be looking at like, man, you did this whole movie in a room with a green screen. I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I want the authentic thing. That's why I'm gonna go see Tom Cruise's movie when it gets on my
Field trip.
downstairs.
Downstairs. Hey.
On my couch. The couch.
With your wife. With your wife.
With my wife.
Well, looky, it's 12 p.m.
Oh my God. We made it. Y'all hate it that we made it. We made it. We made it. Go ahead and let God grade it. We made it. We made it. Go ahead and let God grade it. I am Timothy Charles Ross. That is Derek Israel Santiago. That is Juliana Buendia Karlovich and baby Karlovich.
We got confirmed propane tank.
Yep. Confirmed delay.